second quarter after coming down on Jordan Lee's foot. The still images did not look good when you see her foot turned over on its side. And I tell you what, especially in a game like that, it was hard not to fear the worst. But the official word on Talia Scott is an ankle injury and day to day. She is day to day, Lori, and I'll be honest with you. You know, I think I was probably trying to steel myself for something far worse than that. She is not going to play tonight. Now, your next question might be, is she going to play Sunday? I don't know. You know, she's in a boot, and I think they're obviously going to have to figure out what that line between caution and playing to, you know, trying to get her out there looks like. But she is day to day, so we can any fears we have of the worst we can set aside, and now just hope that whatever that day to day looks like, it's on the first lower end of the day and not the higher end.
Yeah, and that's probably the best news that we could hear about Talia Scott. When you look at that photo that circulated on social media, it just looked terrible.
It did.
But
and she was in a lot of pain, and that doesn't always mean it's a serious injury,
right.
But she was in a lot of pain, and you worry.
Yeah, and she only was able to play 13 minutes versus Texas. She had 9 points, a couple of buckets, including a three-pointer. She was 4 for 4 from the free throw line, and you know, averaging nearly 23 points per game. That's hard to lose that kind of production against Texas, but that's in the past. You don't have that production tonight, so who steps in? Who plays that role? Who is it who fulfills that 23 points per game?
Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit later on to Bears head coach Nikki Collin, and the high-level answer is it's not going to be one person. And she says, you'll hear her say in the pregame interview that if we tried to have one person score that additional 20 points, we would not be a very good team. But, you know, Jana Van Guyton, could she get 3 to 5 more points? Markayla Johnson, could she get you 3 to 5? Dariana LePage-Bucks, Bella Fauntleroy. It's going to be spread out. What it's going to mean is if they play in the flow of the offense, you know, everyone out there is going to have a few extra shots because you're talking about a player in Talia Scott who is top 10 in the nation in points per game and top 25 in field goal attempts. So there's going to be additional field goal attempts that hopefully the players around on the floor without her tonight made.
Yeah, and you can look at, you know, Baylor's, the players they have out here right now. That's just, am I counting just 9? I think that's all I'm counting out there. So there are opportunities tonight. Yuting Dunn, when you think about that, the opportunities for her, Kara Pemberton, inside with Kirsten Johnson and I'm staring right at her, and I can't think of her name. Kyla Abraham.
Yes.
I was going to say it starts with a K and her last name begins with an A. But there are opportunities. Again, you're right, though. Play within the flow of the offense. Play up tempo. Play with pace. Great spacing. And, you know, they've got a great opponent to practice up and get ready for the conference opener on Sunday afternoon.
It is Baylor and Southern tonight. Baylor ranked number 15 in the nation, a 10-2 record. Southern is 4-5. They do have 2 Big 12 wins to their credit on the season. Victories over Houston and Arizona. Now, those are 2 programs very much in transition with first-year head coaches, and they're the kind of teams right now that you would expect opponents from smaller conferences to beat if you say they got a win against a Big 12 team. That being said, don't take them lightly. This is a Southern team that is going to come in with some confidence. They've played a tough schedule this year, and they have 2 Big 12 wins.
Yeah, they've beaten University of Houston and Arizona. They've played UCLA and Washington. This is a team that's very aggressive on defense, and we played a very aggressive team last Sunday in Fort Worth. They are very good, and Baylor will, of course, respect all opponents and what they do well. But for Baylor, they also have to focus on what they do well. Again, it's all about pace and good, solid defense and understanding the scouting report.
This is Conecuh Sausage. Countdown to tip-off. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork. Their patented blend of seasonings, smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition and the official smoked sausage of the Baylor Bears. We are just about 25 minutes away from tip-off here in about 15 minutes. We're going to hear from Bears head coach Nikki Collin, but we'll roll on here at Foster Pavilion when we return. Both teams are out here on the floor. We'll talk about that game against Texas and what the Bears can take away from that as they try to put it in the rearview mirror and pick up where they left off beforehand. Again, they're still a top 15 team in the nation, even after that difficult loss on Sunday, as they look to play good basketball tonight in the absence of Talia Scott against Southern. Take a time out and come back with more after this here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. With the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. No reputable company or government agency will ever ask you to pay them with gift cards, Bitcoin, or a person-to-person payment app. Scammers use these options because the money can't be traced. Just don't do it.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
We're at Foster Pavilion as we get ready for tonight's game. Baylor and Southern, the Bears 3-0 all-time against the Southern Jaguars, 1-0 under Coach Nikki Collin. That one game came back at the beginning of the 2023-24 season 2 years ago. If you're just joining us or making your way into Foster Pavilion, you might have missed the Talia Scott update. Obviously, you know she injured her ankle in the game against Texas on Sunday. The good news, if you feared the worst, it is not the worst. She is nursing it right now, day to day. She will not be playing tonight, and obviously, by definition, day-to-day means we'll see where it is as we get towards Sunday, and hopefully maybe she's good, but if not, we'll see where it is for Oklahoma State after that. That is a good thing. You know, and Lori, that game on Sunday stunk. I mean, I'd be very pleased if Talia Scott plays on Sunday, but who knows? You're going to have to learn to play with just essentially one ball handler, because right now the Bears have just Jana Van Guyton. Talia Scott was the secondary ball handler. She's out. Ella Brow and Inez Goryanova, who would be your 2 backup point guards, are unavailable. You're going to have to learn how to distribute the basketball when you're down to really one real true ball handler. And you're going to have to, kind of get in the flow of things and try to find the open player and just learn how to be resilient, how to put what happened on Sunday behind you and bounce back, because, boy, you've got a huge game on Sunday against an undefeated Texas Tech team. And that's not even looking past a Southern team that, as you said earlier, as we talked about earlier, defeated 2 Big 12 teams this year.
Yeah, you don't want to skip past this game and turn your focus to Sunday in the Big 12 opener. You really have to focus on these next 40 minutes. And for Baylor, just do what you do well. Get back to controlling the tempo of the game, taking care of the basketball. Forget the 30 turnovers. I mean, that was painful. And you look at Jana Van Guyton who will be running this game. She had a tough game against Texas. Everyone did. Jana had 7 assists on that game. So when she would get in there in the paint, and let me tell you, that was hard to do against the Longhorns. She was able to distribute the basketball outside, and Baylor was able to knock down some shots. So 7 assists. She also had 7 turnovers. So she's thinking about that too. Take care of the basketball, find my my teammates and do what I can. When you think about it, 2 games before UT, Jana had scored a double digit, 16 points against UTSA, 10 points against Alabama State, along with those 10 rebounds and 13 assists for her first career triple-double. So we know what she is capable of, and we know that Jana is one of those engines that runs this team, and that's her focus today.
Well, you look, Southern is a team, they'll press a little bit. Texas Tech likes to press as well. So you want to get up to speed quickly against that, and that's going to be their charge tonight against Southern. Against Southern 4-5 on the year. Southern is led in scoring by Demaya Porter, averaging just under 10 points and 5 rebounds per game. A very balanced team. They're going to play much of their roster tonight. They don't have anyone averaging double figures, but they are balanced, and they've obviously picked up some big wins, as we said so far on this season. Baylor is without their leading scorer, Talia Scott. Leading scorer on the year right now is Bella, at least among players who are available tonight, is Bella Fauntleroy at 9.8 points per game. So honestly, very similar in that regard. You have a very balanced scoring distribution away from Talia Scott through the first 12 games of the year, and we'll see what that ends up looking like tonight. But it might look not unlike we saw last year, albeit without players like Sarah Andrews, Jada Walker, and Yaya Felder.
Well, you have to look at it as opportunities, right? You have a chance to really shine, play some minutes, and just to get out there and to execute what you know, what you do in practice every single day. So I'm excited about this opportunity for others, and we'll see how they step up and they handle it today.
This is Conecuh Sausage Countdown to Tip-Off. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire. For that true hickory smoked southern flavor, Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition and the official smoked sausage of the Baylor Bears. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll give you tonight's starting lineups, and then shortly thereafter, the thoughts of Bears head coach Nikki Collin. That is all on the way as we get ready for Baylor and Southern tonight from Foster Pavilion here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Planning a new or used vehicle purchase? Drive the lane with First Central Credit Union's easy online application. It's a winning season with First Central's full court press of quick local loan processing, your best rate, and flexible terms. Apply online. You'll score at www.firstcentralcu.com. We're your team.
Membership and loan policy requirements apply. Member NCUA.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on! And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Tonight, the lights are down. We just had the national anthem here in just a few minutes. The players will emerge from the locker room for the starting lineups. We will give them to you now when it comes to sports medicine and orthopedics. Baylor Scott and White, Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. brings the home team advantage to Central Texas. First for the visitors, the Jaguars of Southern in the Southwest Athletic Conference. They are 4-5 on the year. Their lineup looks like this. The forward, their leading scorer, Demaya Porter, just under 10 points and 5 rebounds per game for the 6'1" sophomore. The guards are Jalia Reed, a great outside shooter. She is joined by Deshunte Edwards, Michaela Cunningham, who leads the team with 4 assists per game, and Zaria Hurston. So for Southern, once again, it is Cunningham, Hurston, Reed, Edwards, and Porter. For the Bears, first time this year we've seen a different starting lineup. Understandable, what with Talia Scott out of the lineup tonight day-to-day with an ankle injury. Baylor lineup looks like this. The forwards, Bella Fauntleroy, Baylor's now leading available scorer, 9.8 points per game. She's joined by Dariana Little-Page Bugs, 0.3 of a point away from averaging a double-double this year, 9.7 points, 10.6 boards per game. And then KJ, Kirsten Johnson, the Big 12's leading shot blocker. And in the guards, Jana Van Geitenbeek, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 6.5 assists per game. She's top 10 in the nation in assists per game, and she's joined by true freshman Markayla Johnson, making her first start as a Bear. Baylor ranked number 15 in the nation with a 10-2 record. Again for the Bears tonight, Van Geitenbeek, Markayla Johnson, Kirsten Johnson, Bugs, and Fauntleroy. Starting lineups are brought to you by Baylor Scott and White Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. From injury prevention to enhanced recovery, team up with us to get back in the game. We'll hear from Bears head coach Nikki Collin when we return. We'll talk about bouncing back from that tough loss against Texas on Sunday, playing without Talia Scott, all of that and more when we return to Foster Pavilion as we hear from Coach Nikki right after this here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
See for yourself why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green, along with her dedicated optometrists and staff. Receive trustworthy insights about your eye health, enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes, face, and neck areas with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Visit greeneyeassociates.com. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. If you receive a call from someone claiming to be from a company, don't give them your personal information, ever. Unless you know them personally, hang up and call the company back on a verified number.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Premier ER and Urgent Care has all the convenience of urgent care with all the expertise of an ER, all under one roof. At every visit, be seen by ER-trained staff with on-site lab and CT, X-ray, ultrasound, and EKG. Here, you pay for the appropriate level of care that you receive, and we are in-network with most major insurance providers. Premier ER and Urgent Care has 4 convenient locations serving Texas: San Marcos, Temple, Waco, and Woodway. To learn more, visit www.premier.care.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bears back at home tonight against Southern. It's time for a pregame visit with head coach Nikki Collin. Baylor coming off of a tough loss on Sunday against Texas. And, Coach Nikki, obviously that's not the kind of game the team wants to play. The team's capable of playing better. So what do you take away from that? Texas is very good, but also feels like there's some things you can take away to improve on when you're going to see plenty of other good teams as well take away from that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we lost our poise. I think, first of all, Texas is really, really good. And when you go back and you watch it on film, they aren't just good, they played well. And, so I think we've got to do a better job leaning into, I think when the game started to get away, we let our principles go, how we guard cross screens, how we guard stagger screens. It's just, you kind of like lose the momentum of every possession mattering. And, I even look back at the moment Talia got hurt, and, we were down 14. She's driving to the basket. She'd already drawn 6 fouls, but she has a wide open kick out to Yu Ting. If we make that, she gives that up early, she probably doesn't sprain her ankle, and Ting's a good shooter out there. Even we run down the loose ball, Markayla gets fouled and misses 2 foul shots. And so I think we had a chance to be there in the game, and it got away from us. And so I think it's about understanding that it's a possession game, and you've got to continue to battle through possessions. I don't think we stopped playing hard, but I do think we lost our poise in terms of our execution, and that was at both ends. Whether that was handling the press, whether that was our reads at the offensive end, whether that was how we were supposed to guard their actions. I just think we lost sight of what we do well.
For however long Talia Scott is not in the lineup, how does that change personnel behind her?
It's a tough one. I mean, it's not just 20 points a game. She's someone that leads us in minutes played, and I think we lose a ball handler first and foremost. And so, with injuries to Ella, injuries to Nez, it leaves us where we got to play differently, and we've got to share the basketball and kind of tag team ball handling responsibilities. Markayla will get the start. I think she played really hard and really confidently as a freshman in a really big stage in the last game, and I think she kind of doesn't know what she doesn't know, and that's probably a good thing right now, to just go out there and play. So I think we'll start her, and we're going to need more from our bench. We're going to need more from Ting. We're going to need more scoring from Ting. We're going to need more rebounding from Ting, and then everybody's got to pick up a little bit. There's no way that any one person, and if we try to be overly aggressive from any one spot, we're probably not going to be very good. So we've got to really lean into, can Jana get 3 more points? Can Markayla get 3 more points? Can Bella get 3 more points? And if we do a good job spreading the wealth, we can sustain, however long she's out. But if we try to play hero ball and someone thinks I got to go get Talia's 20, Talia's unique in her ability of how she gets 20.
Visiting with Coach Nikki Collin, it's Baylor and Southern. You mentioned Southern also a pressing team. How different can one press be from another? Certainly personnel are different, but how different is their press, and what's a big key there?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're a team that presses. If you look at Synergy, they're not a statistically a team that presses. They probably press 20% of the time, but I feel like you look at the last game, they certainly do press. They pressed Houston a little bit. They pressed Arizona more than Houston. But I think, when sharks smell blood, they're going to do something that they have in their arsenal already. And so their press is different. They play 12 players. They don't have a Rory Harmon. Nobody does. They don't have a Jordan Lee. Nobody else does. But they're athletic and they're aggressive, but they don't float. They're on the ball, and they may run and jump a little bit. So if they bring traps, that's not really something that Texas did. Texas just bothers you with their denial, and then dogs you down the floor, and so we just have to grow from the last game. We've got to use our bodies to get open better. We've got to clear them out and then be available if they do trap, but it's not going to be the same. It's definitely not going to be the same, and you'll be able to get to numbers more quickly. It's hard to get to numbers against Texas because of how fast Lee and Harmon are on the open floor, even if you do get the ball over the top against them. So it's going to be up to us to make good decisions when we kind of break through the press and we have numbers. Are we 4-on-3? Are we 3-on-2? Are we making simple decisions? If we're trying to force stuff, it won't be good. If we make simple decisions, we'll get good shots.
And finally, Coach Nikki, you think about players stepping up, one player getting an extra 3, another extra 5 or whatever. You've talked a lot about being ready to shoot. How do you feel like players that you want to see be ready are doing in that area, and is that something that's just kind of a work in progress?
Yeah, I think a part of that is a work in progress. Part of it's not even being ready to shoot. It's moving what we call open windows. Like, this is a team that's going to deny some, but they're going to go heavy to the gap and try to dig out the dribble. And so are we giving the ball up early enough? Are we seeing the help coming? Are we getting too deep? Are we playing around? Are we playing through defenders? Or are we creating open windows to pass it to them? And I think those two things are going to be really important today. And really going forward, it's something we focus a lot on in breakdown work. Are you moving into open windows so that when Jan is driving, she doesn't have to throw over the defense to get it to you, that you've created that space to get the ball cleanly so we can get the ball on time and on target, which is hard to do when you're playing over and around people. So, I think we can always get better. I do think we're growing in that area, so we think we're always going to have room for growth.
All right, thanks very much. Bears head coach Nikki Collin with her pregame comments. It is Baylor and Southern coming up tonight from Foster Pavilion, straight ahead on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer.
Hi, I'm Jim Turner at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. As we celebrate our 10th year anniversary, I want to say thank you to all of our customers. Our dealership is more than a business to me. That's why when you come see us for a reliable new Chevy or award-winning service, we treat you like family. Come see our new collision center, now open to serve you even better for many years to come. Enjoy the game, then come see us at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. Together, let's drive.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics, presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to NextLink Internet. With NextLink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, NextLink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give NextLink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
Fox Sports Radio, 93.9 K230 CK and KRMX HD3 Waco.
This is Baylor women's basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Brooks wants to drive in on Abraham, who blocked her shot.
Way to go, Abraham. She held her ground.
Top of the key and traffic out to Fauntleroy. Here's a three from the left side, and it's good.
Today's game is brought to you by Central National Bank, proud season sponsor of Baylor women's basketball. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Baylor Scott and White Health, the official hospital and healthcare system of Baylor Athletics. Your healthcare, your way. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. TFNB, your bank for life. The official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Get ready. Tip-off is just moments away. Now, back to the voice of Baylor women's basketball, Derek Smith.
Pavilion, flames shooting from behind the basket, green lights bathing the floor here as the starting lineups have been introduced, and we are just moments away from tip-off. Baylor and Southern. Lori, here it is, the final non-conference tune-up of the year, making it all the more important for the Bears. When the Big 12 separated the men's and women's tournaments in Kansas City, it necessitated a schedule adjustment over the last 3 years, and that has meant you're going to have to play a conference game before Christmas, which means that this is your last non-conference game of the year. You got to get ready to play your best basketball. No time like the present.
I mean, let's just tip it off and let's go. This is a game that's really important for Baylor to be able to execute well and play well
KJ wins the tip over to Maya Porter for Southern, and the Bears will begin on offense. It is Markayla Johnson getting the start at shooting guard here. Baylor's going to lob it in the post to Fauntleroy. They're going to kick it back out. Extra pass to Markayla Johnson, and she's too strong on a three. Bugs had a hand on the rebound, and Hurston went flying in and knocked it out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Bears. The Jaguars wearing their powder blue uniforms, white letters and numerals, light yellow trim. Baylor wearing the gold Sikkim uniforms with green letters, numerals, and trim. Inbounds to Markayla Johnson, who misses a pull-up jumper from the baseline. Baylor, though, with the offensive rebound. It's who else? Dariana Littlepage Bugs. Markayla takes the feed and has it back out between the circles. They're going to swing it over to Van Geitenbeek. Shot clock at 7. Now with 5 to shoot, cross-court pass to Markayla Johnson. She's about to take her third shot of the first 41 seconds, and it will not be official because she's fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. Markayla Johnson has struggled at the free throw line so far this year, just 11 of 28, but Laura, she stayed with it, attacked the bucket there, and drew the foul. It was Zaria Hurston picking up the first foul for Southern as Markayla misses the first free throw.
Well, you know, there's some adrenaline flowing through Markayla Johnson's veins right now. I don't know if it's through her veins, but coursing throughout her body. She misses both free throws, and Southern pulls down the rebound.
Second one is in and out. She's 11 of 30 from the free throw line in this her freshman season. It is Cunningham there leading a sister with the basketball. She drives inside, looks to dish it off, does so to Hurston, dribbles to the free throw line, looks for a turnaround shot, is forced to give it up, but is called for a 3-second violation before that kick-out pass. That's a turnover. We're scoreless a minute into the game. Neither team able to score on their opening possessions. Here's Van Geitenbeek accelerating into the front court. Pass to Markayla Johnson. Johnson puts it on the floor, now retreats behind the arc, drives inside, kicks it left wing to Van Geitenbeek. She slices to the free throw line, finds Bugs, steps into a mid-range jumper, a little off target. KJ had a hand on the rebound and chases it down, then throws it away. She saw two teammates out there and sort of threaded the needle between the two of them.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need to let the ball go that quickly. You've got an extra beat to make sure that you've got a teammate there, but Baylor turns the basketball over, and Southern back with the possession, and a 0-0 game, 8:35 to go in the first quarter.
Here's Cunningham off the inbound pass, swinging it left side to Reed, a good three-point shooter. She lobs it in the post. It is off the fingertips of her intended target there, and it's nearly stolen by Van Geitenbeek, but she can't quite grab it along the baseline. You know, she didn't have to chase that down. That was touched last by Porter. But she couldn't quite grab it, and it's going to stay with 12 seconds to shoot with Southern. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the home of the Southern Jaguars. Here comes Cunningham off the inbounds, getting downhill, attacking the basket, off target on the glasser. And here's Bugs with another rebound. Van Geitenbeek gallops into the front court, tries to swing it to Bugs, didn't realize that the trailing Cunningham was there to intercept the pass, trailing behind her on her sixth there. Now here is Southern looking to score first in this one. Neither team has dented the scoreboard 2 minutes into the ball game. Fauntleroy knocks the ball away, and there's a steal. Van Geitenbeek takes it away from Hurston, dishes it off to Markayla Johnson, drives inside, count it, and put her on the line. There's the first scoring. A nice feed from Van Geitenbeek, crouching in the post. She saw Markayla Johnson slice into the bucket. A nice pass. Got her the easy layup as she drew the foul on Edwards.
Yeah, Janet was moving through the paint and was about to move to the left side, maybe pass off to the left, but saw Markayla find space down the lane, and Markayla has a chance here at a three-point play, and she knocks down that free throw.
So it's a 3-0 Baylor lead. Baylor pressing in the backcourt. Southern is able to break it here as Hurston crosses the midcourt stripe. Finds her point guard, Cunningham. Markayla Cunningham, a transfer from Lindenwood, who Baylor defeated earlier this year here at Foster Pavilion. 15 seconds to shoot, 7:40 to play, first quarter. Reed takes the pass high on the left side, wants to drive on Fauntleroy, puts it on the floor, gets into the paint, leans inside, nearly walked with it, missed the off-balance shot, but drew a late foul on Dariana Littlepage Bugs, and that's going to send her to the free throw line. Got bailed out there a little bit. She didn't have a great option, and a touch foul in the post is going to send her to the stripe. Reed, 73% from the line on the year. She's trying to get Southern on the board. 2 minutes and 29 seconds into the contest. Her shot is up. It is good. She's got one more coming. Three to one is the score. Here is one more. And Reed, second, is in and out and in. It popped out but then fell back through. And now Southern presses in the backcourt with Baylor in possession of the ball and a 3-2 lead. 2.5 minutes in. Here's a pass to Van Geitenbeek in the forecourt. Van Geitenbeek switches hands. Now crosses over again to the right hand, drives inside, kicks it out. KJ's been good from deep this year, but she's too strong on the three. Offensive board, though. Dariana Little-Page bugs, and her third rebound in the first 3 minutes results in a second chance bucket and a 5-2 Baylor lead.
You know, Bugs is double-digit rebounds, 9 of Baylor's 12 games, including 14 rebounds against Texas. She was tough on the boards.
Not a lot of bright spots in that game, but her rebounding effort was one of them. Here is Porter, their leading scorer, with a nice Euro step around Fauntleroy. You don't see her get beat like that very often, but that was a nice play by Porter to finish with the layup and pull Southern within one. Here's Fauntleroy along the baseline trying to kick it out to Jana Van Geitenbeek, and the ball is tipped by Cunningham off of Van Geitenbeek and out of bounds to Southern. A Baylor turnover will give the ball back to the Jaguars. They substitute early and often. Here is Jocelyn Tate and Olivia Delancey in. Delancey, a DFW area native who traveled to Baton Rouge to play for Southern. Cunningham continues to run the point. Markayla Johnson applies pressure in the backcourt. There's a bounce ahead to Tate. Tate, a guard off the bench, bounces it just inside the arc. It is Delancey now back out to Porter. Tate takes the feed from Porter behind the top of the key, has the ball knocked away by Fauntleroy, stolen by Markayla Johnson, who then throws it away, trying to lob it over the defense to Bugs, cutting to the basket. Another Baylor turnover. Coach Dickey's not going to like that. That's 4 of them in the first 4 minutes. Pass into the post of Porter results in a foul, and that's going to go on KJ. Her first, team second. Well, Lori, I think I know the stat that would draw Coach Nickey's eyes right now in the first 4 minutes. That's that turnover number. That's too many. Inbound to Southern. They're forced to lob it all the way up near midcourt. Bugs harasses, but it is Tate able to gather it in along the right sideline. She gives it off to Cunningham with 15 seconds to shoot. 5:56 to play first quarter. Cunningham gets by the defense, drives to the basket, lays it up too hard. But then on the fight for the rebound, a foul called is going to go against Baylor. And that's 2 quick fouls on KJ.
Yeah, KJ went out top to do the pressing the guard. They put the ball on the floor. And I think a secondary defender was going to come over, and somehow KJ just came behind and made that contact. And she'll have to sit, and Kyla Abraham will come in.
Abraham off the bench, averaging 3 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 2 blocked shots per game this year. Michaela Cunningham at the free throw line, 6 of 10 on the season. Kamali Berry is the first to tie the game at 5 apiece. Made free throw here would give Southern their first lead of the evening. Free throw up, and it rattles around but stays down, and Southern does indeed lead 6-5. 2 of their 6 points have come off of 4 Baylor turnovers. Markayla Johnson hands it off to Bugs, swings it right side to Van Geitenbeek, puts it on the floor, gets downhill, kick out open 3 from the left side for Bella. Fauntleroy is good.
Oh, you hope Bella seeing that ball go through will ignite her. A big 3, catch and 3 on the assist from Jana. But again, Jana gets in the paint, and they close in on you on defense, and you can find that open player, make the extra pass that Jana did.
Harrison is forced to give it up left to the post outside to Cunningham. Cunningham bounces inside to Harrison, who travels. Harrison tried to put it on the floor and obviously walked with it in the post. That's a turnover for Southern, giving it back to the Bears.
Now both teams have 4 turnovers. Both teams average about 17 turnovers a game.
Here is Jenna Van Geitenbeek with the ball for the Bears. 8-6 lead for Baylor halfway through the first quarter. Bugs bounces to the right side of the post, feeds it outside of Van Geitenbeek, penetrates the arc, looks inside for Abraham, instead finds Bugs, fakes a pass, drives inside, and misses the runner, but draws a foul. She'll go to the free throw line with 4:51 to play. The free throws will come after our first quarter media timeout. The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank, proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Bank different, Bank Central. Central National Bank. That foul, by the way, on Olivia Delancey, her first, team's third. It's an 8-6 Baylor lead with Bugs free throws when we come back after the break here at Foster Pavilion on Baylor Sports Media Network.
Serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage led by expert industry knowledge and a commitment to community. With kindness and integrity at the forefront, every agent is equipped to help you navigate the market and make the real estate journey your own. Whether buying or selling, feel supported with an award-winning agent at your side from first offer to contract and close. Magnolia Realty serves cities including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Temple. Learn more at magnoliarealty.com.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. If you get a call saying they're going to lock you in jail for missing jury duty unless you pay a fine, that's fake. Scammers use scare tactics to force you to act without thinking. Just hang up the phone.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back here for break, Baylor with an 8-6 lead. 4:51 to play first quarter. Lori, it is basically Christmas break here now at Baylor. Commencement is tomorrow, but most students have gone home. We needed a band, and our sport admin, Lauren Spencer, stepped up. A Groesbeck native, lives in Groesbeck, and a lot of ties to Groesbeck High School. Some sons there around that age, and the Groesbeck High School band is here.
You know, that is an awesome thing, and we've seen that before. I think we've seen University High School come and fill in for the Courtside players, and well, they get to be Courtside players today. Love it. You can't miss them because they're in their red. I'm just glad the opponent's not in red.
Right, me too. The Goats, the Groesbeck Goats, glad to have them with us tonight. Baylor with an 8-6 lead with free throws coming for Darion Littlepage. Bugs out of the timeout. Lori, let's see if the Bears can protect the basketball a little more, as Coach Nicky Huffman says, value each possession. They were a little sloppy early with 4 turnovers in the first 4 minutes. They snuffed out some scoring opportunities.
Well, you also have to give some credit to Southern. The fact that they play that solid pressure defense put a lot of pressure on the ball handlers. So it's not a surprise that Baylor still trying to get used to that to see what kind of pressure bound they can take off. You see Markayla Johnson bringing up the ball, some Bugs as a relief foul, and then you bring the ball into Jana and then let her go to work at the point guard position. I like that adjustment that Baylor made, taking a little bit of that pressure off Jana.
3 points apiece for Bella Fauntleroy and Markayla Johnson to lead the Bears. 3 rebounds for Darion Littlepage. Bugs, 2 assists for Jana Van Geitenbeek. First free throw from Bugs is too strong. She has one more coming. She was 0 for 2 at the line against Texas Sunday. She's been up and down from the free throw line this season, but she hits the second. And the Baylor lead is 3 at 9-6. Defense in the backcourt by the Bears. Markayla Johnson and Bella Fauntleroy will now back off as they send they push the defender, the ball handler rather, over to the far side of the floor. That's Damani Lagway in for the first time. Lagway running the point, bounces it over to Dixon. That is Jestany Dixon in now. Dixon to Tate. Mostly the bench on the floor right now for Southern as Tate drives inside and finishes with a floater left to the lane to cut the Baylor lead to 1. Here comes Bella Fauntleroy driving point up and leaving a jumper flat from the free throw line. Harrison comes in and swallows up the rebound. Gives it off to Lagway. Lagway high on the left side of the floor, moves to the middle, looks to get downhill on the much taller Abraham. Gives it up to Dixon. Dixon lobs it down low to Xylese Harrison, who is smothered Southern by Bella Fauntleroy. Lost the ball out of bounds. Last touch by the Bears. It'll stay with Southern. A good defense there by Bella.
It was great. Bella wasn't going to get beat that time. She really challenged that shot.
Inbound for Southern will be triggered by Dixon, having trouble getting in. Forced to give it up near midcourt. Barely saved at the midcourt stripe by Lagway. Down to 7 seconds to shoot for the Jaguars. Lagway is left high on the arc, bounces it into a crowd. It's stolen by Jana Van Geitenbeek. Here's a turnover forced by Baylor. Van Geitenbeek finds Abraham down low. She is double teamed, however, swallowed up, and a jump ball is called. It's going to give it back to Southern. Like the idea by Jana, but boy, they converged on Kyle Abraham quickly there.
Yeah, and I think if she's just got to make a quick decision with the basketball. The second you hold the ball down too long, Southern Jaguars just came in and just attacked.
Southern with the ball, Baylor with a 1-point edge. Here is Tate with it, Jocelyn Tate for the Jaguars. Top of the arc, angles to the left side of the floor, lobs it in the post. Harrison wants to spin around on Buggs, and she flips it in to put Southern back in front, 10-9, 3:15 to play here in quarter number 1. Jenna Van Geitenbeek drives downhill, circles beneath the basket, kicks it out to Markayla. Extra pass to Yuting Dunn, who just checked in. She passes up the 3, drives inside, and leaves the little right-hand runner short, and it's out of bounds to Southern. Yuting Dunn is in for the first time. Now Caitlin Nelms checking in as well. Nelms with 9 points matched Talia Scott for Baylor's lead in scoring against Texas on Sunday. Obviously, not the high number you normally see from this team. It's too many turnovers snuffed out too many Baylor scoring opportunities in that game. Here Southern has the ball, a 10-9 edge, just under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Baylor nearly with the steal, but Southern saves it. Jocelyn Tate in the crowd flips it in. Took the ball and about 5 feet from the basket, just sort of scooped it up like a waiter with a tray up in the air, hoisted it up, and it fell through. Southern by 3, and now by 1 as Markayla Johnson answers quickly. 5 first quarter points. She knifed through a crowd and finished with a right hand layup, left side block.
Yeah, that stops a 6-0 run over the last minute and a half. And stops a scoring drought for Baylor of over 2 minutes.
Jumper way off the mark by Delancey. Here's Van Geitenbeek with the rebound. Kick out. Good look at a 3. Yuting Dunn, and it is good. Ting knocks down the 3. Her second shot attempt of the first quarter. And Baylor is back in front at 14-12.
And Jana Van Geitenbeek again finding the open player, and especially Ting. Ting could have a big game today, and not just from the 3. She's such a skilled offensive player. Make sure she gets to the ball.
Porter puts it on the floor, drives inside on Nelms, and misses the layup. Baylor with the rebound, off and running. Ting ahead of the crowd, takes the Van Geitenbeek pass and lays it in. 4 assists for Jana Van Geitenbeek, 5 quick points for Yuting Dunn. And Baylor has its biggest lead of the first quarter at 4 points, 16-12, 90 seconds to play in the first. Markayla Johnson is guarding the player now, or running the point. That's Kiana Wilson, a seldom used player for the Jaguars, who nearly throws it away. Tate barely saves the pass inside the midcourt stripe. They're down to 7 seconds to shoot. Oh, Porter got loose and glasses it in. Took the feed from Harrison and glassed it home to cut the Baylor lead in half at 16-14. Just over a minute to play. Buggs takes the feed from Jana Van Geitenbeek and lays it up too hard, driving through the lane. Nice offensive rebound by Kayla Nelms, and she is fouled on the floor by Destiny Dixon. Dixon's first, team's fourth.
And Nelms did exactly what she needed to do. Get in there, crash the boards, secure the basketball. That's why she's in the game right now.
Markayla Johnson will get a break. Bella Fauntleroy returns with exactly a minute to play. Kira Pemberton will check in. Next dead ball for the Bears. Baylor plays it in close to the bucket to Bella Fauntleroy, and to save a bucket, she is hacked by Demaya Porter. They will send her to the free throw line. Okay, actually, that was Deshante Edwards. I think 2 players fouled her there, and it's Edwards who is charged with it. Her second and the team's 5th, and it's going to send Bella to the line. Fauntleroy shooting 93% on the year. Buggs will check out, and in her stead, Kira Pemberton. Pemberton getting some early run here against Southern tonight. Again, Baylor playing without their leading scorer, Talia Scott, day-to-day with an ankle sprain. You feared the worst. You could breathe a little easier. I don't know how long it'll be, but that we can say day to day as Bella's first free throw skips off. She's got one more coming. Just under a minute to go here. Baylor with a 16-14 lead.
You know, interesting with Bella that she was 13-14 on the season until missed that free throw, but she has not been at the free throw line in 6 straight games, and that's surprising.
That is. She hits the second, and it's a 17-14 Baylor lead. Southern races into the front court. Cunningham checks back in, kicks it out to Reed. Reed slices across the free throw line, bounces to a backdoor cutting teammate who has her shot blocked out of bounds by Bella Fauntleroy. Not a bad thought trying to execute that pass, but let's see who that was. Was that Dixon? No, that was Hurston who had her shot blocked by Bella out of bounds, and Southern's going to play it back in. They find Porter top of the key, hands it off to Cunningham. Cunningham picks up the dribble, swings it to Reed, unloads a three, back rim no. Fight for the rebound, it is battled around. Porter grabs it, tries to save it, and Hurston throws it off of Fauntleroy and out of bounds to maintain possession for the Jaguars with 34 seconds to play first quarter and 16 to shoot.
Put up those 3-pointers like that, and they're going to come off that back rim. Those are tough rebounds. You know they're going to be long.
Here's the inbounds to Hurston. Hurston hops into the paint, kicks it out. Dixon for three, too strong. Bella gobbles up the weak side rebound, and Baylor can play for the last shot of the first quarter. Oh, the pass by Jana Van Geitenbeek is tipped and stolen. Dixon races into the front court, puts up a totally unnecessary shot that plays in Baylor's favor. Glassed it too hard. Bella with the rebound. Now Baylor really can play for the last shot of the first quarter. Nearly another turnover, but this time saved by Dunn. We're down to 6 seconds to play in the first quarter. This is a wild possession. Jana called for an offensive foul, trying to work her way inside. Ooh, this has been an ugly final minute here of this first quarter, and now Southern has 3.1 seconds to go the length of the floor, down 17-14. Here is Hurston playing it into Cunningham. 1 second left across midcourt, puts up an off-balance shot that's well short as quarter number one draws to a close. Now the Bears have the lead, but it wasn't pretty at the end of one. Our score, Baylor is 17, Southern 14. Hey, Bears fans, this basketball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for basketball watching. Pepsi is what I like. Proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Baylor by 3 at the end of one. We'll come back to Foster Pavilion right after this. You're on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
It's the wrap-up year sales event at Allen Samuels in Waco. Get the 2025 Ram 1500 Lone Star with 0% for 72 months or 3.9% for 72 months, plus 10% below MSRP and $2,000 in Black Friday select inventory cash. Check out the huge selection of 2026 Ram 2500s, now with $4,000 combined bonus cash allowance, backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Hurry, these year-end savings won't last long at Allen Samuels.
Come by, let's be friends.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Quarter 17-14, the lead over Southern. Too many turnovers in the first quarter for the Bears. 7 turnovers led to 4 Southern points. Baylor also converted 5 Southern turnovers into 4 points. But, you know, Baylor, Lori, you're without one of your best ball handlers in Talia Scott. Now, Jana Van Geitenbeek certainly very capable. She had 4 assists, 3 turnovers in the first quarter, but players are going to have to be ready. She can't do it all herself, as you were saying during the break, and I think that's very accurate.
Yeah, everybody's got to be a ball handler today and bringing the basketball up and not trying to outlet it too quickly. That seems to be one of the issues that if you're ready to pass it before you're even looking at your teammate's covered up. It's so easy to turn the basketball over that way. But a couple of things to look at with Little Paige Buggs already with 4 rebounds, and Bella Fauntleroy has been staunch on defense. She has 2 blocks and 3 steals already. Baylor's needed every single one of those.
17-14 the score. Baylor with the lead. Colin Purtle points out this year that Baylor is 4-0 against teams with cat or cat adjacent mascots. Lori, the Jaguars are cat adjacent. So let's keep Colin's, we'll take that stat Colin gave us to try to keep that unblemished record. And, you know, Lori, one thing we have seen without Talia Scott here tonight, I think Baylor is working to find their offensive flow, 6 of 13 with 7 turnovers, but the shot distribution is pretty good. You've got Uting Dunn with 3 shots, 4 taken by Markayla Johnson, Buggs with 3, Bella with 2. Van Geitenbeek has yet to take a shot. I do think you'd like to see the veterans take a few more of those shots, although you know Southern is also trying to keep them from doing that. Oh, here's Nelms getting loose as we start the second quarter in a crowd, and Bella finds her for the layup.
And that is Baylor executing with space, and Nelms just being able to break away from the defender, and Bella patient enough to wait for that to happen.
Here is Reed trying to step back 3 over Nelms. That's off the mark and out of bounds. It'll be Baylor basketball, the team board for the Bears. On the glass here, Baylor with a 12-6 edge in the early going. We're 30 seconds into the second quarter as Jenna races in the front court, hooks it to Bella, steps into a 3, left it short. Fight for the rebound. It is out of bounds to Southern, but that was a good contest there by Caitlin Nelms, who, you know, you're getting a lot more productivity out of than you were even at the beginning of the year, and you hope that continues in the Big 12.
Yeah, she is a very skilled player. On defense, she's got that presence on the inside, that physicality that you're going to need. You know, not being able to be somebody who's knocked off the block easily.
Here's Porter with it for Southern, feeding it to Dixon, tries to swing it in the corner to an open teammate, Cunningham, but Baylor got a hand in there. I think that was Uting Dunn and knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, and Nelms was right there to be able to take that contact, and I think really forced a not a very good pass.
9 seconds to shoot as Southern plays it in. It is Hurston, put it on the floor. Has her jumper deflected by Nelms. Grabbed there inside the post by Southern. Put back missed by Porter, but then the rebound is tipped and kept alive, and Southern gets a fresh 20 out of it. Baylor with a 19-14 lead. Southern with the ball. Nelms strips it away from Hurston, but Hurston chases it down. Now wildly trying to figure out somewhere to go with it. Unloads it to Cunningham. Drives left of the lane. She's cut off. 9 seconds to shoot. Bounces it out to Reed. She fakes the shot. Drives inside. Wildly scoops it off the backboard. It kicks into the corner with 1 second left. Oh my goodness. Southern actually got a great look at it, but Cunningham missed the layup driving left baseline. Baylor with a kick out in the corner. Bella fakes it 3 steps into a mid-range and knocks it down from the right way.
Bella made the right decision to try to not pull that 3 because she was covered by the defender, but just took about 3 steps inside the 3-point line, and a nice pull-up J from Bella Fauntleroy.
Baylor with its biggest lead of the night at 7 points, 21-14, 2 minutes gone, second quarter. Hurston with it for Southern. Left side of the floor behind the arc, penetrates, drives inside on Nelms and misses the layup, but we'll go to the free throw line as Nelms fouled her. That's Nelms' first, and the first on the Bears here in the second quarter. Substitutions, let's reset the lineup. Abraham in for Nelms. For Southern, Dixon will exit, and Tate is back in. As Hurston goes to the free throw line, Hurston just a 48% free throw shooter on the season. One dribble bends the knees, free throw up, and she spins it through. One more coming. Baylor out there with Van Geitenbeek, Dunn, Fauntleroy, Buggs, and Abraham. Southern has Tate, Reed, Hurston, whose second free throw is good, Cunningham, and Porter. This is probably one of their best scoring lineups out there on the floor right now. It's a 5-point Baylor lead, 21-16, 7:51 to play second quarter. Jana Van Geitenbeek races into the front court, has it knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bears with 23 seconds to shoot. Zylese Harrison returns. Stocky post player who scored 2 points in 12 games, mostly a defensive presence for Southern. Inbound to Van Geitenbeek, swings it to Abraham, who hands it right back to her. She'll unload a 3. It's off the back rim, but no matter, a foul is called, a moving screen on Kyla Abraham. Her first, and that's 2 on Baylor here in the second quarter. We've seen a little too much of that this year, Lori. And Abraham is is hit with the foul. It's going to give it back to Southern, a 21-16 Baylor lead. 2.5 minutes to play, second quarter. Tate, gobbled up by Bella Fauntleroy, stays with her defensively, but then she spins around and earns the trip to the line as Bella hacked down on the driving layup attempt, got her on the arm to send Tate to the free throw line. That's Bella's first, and that's 3 already called on the Bears in the first 2:29 of the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Southern right now is feasting a little bit at the free throw line. They're a perfect 6 for 6. I'm sorry, I'm reading that right.
And now 7 of 7 as Tate, a 67% free throw shooter, hits the first. Kiana Wilson is back in for Southern. There's their first to miss as that one's too strong. Bugs clears the rebound for the Bears. 6 boards for Dariana Littlepage. Bugs. Van Guytenbeek has it for the Bears now. Middle of the floor across midcourt. Angles to the right wing. Dangerous pass to Dunn, who's able to grab it, but she's still about 40 feet from the basket. Fires at mid-post right side to Bugs for a fall-away jumper. It falls home.
We're seeing a lot more of that for Bugs. That really confident shot where she finds good position on the floor with some space, and that fall-away jumper is just a pretty sight.
3 minutes gone, second quarter. Baylor by 6. Southern with the basketball. Hurston spins it to Tate between the circles. Bella guarding her. She finds a good three-point shooter, Reed. Switch off on defense, guarded by the much taller Abraham. It's out to Reed again. We've got a whistle away from the ball, and it's going to go back to the Bears.
5 seconds in the lane.
Here we go, a 5-second call.
Yeah, Harrison was camped out there. That's where she goes. She goes right inside that inner circle and just camps out there to get the basketball.
Here's Markayla Johnson back in, nearly loses the ball, but chases down along the baseline, unloads outside to Bella Fauntleroy. Baylor with possession, a 23-17 lead. Van Guytenbeek high on the right side, takes the pass, dribbles around a screen, kick out to Fauntleroy, looks inside, instead goes cross-court to Markayla Johnson in the left corner, drives baseline, fires a turnaround that's too strong. On the offensive rebound, nearly grabbed by Abraham, but there was a lot of contact, and she couldn't hold on the way down. Tate picks it up and races into the front court. 6:10 to play, first half, 23-17 Baylor lead. Jaguars with possession. Harrison out to set a screen. Here is Wilson looking to get downhill, but a good job staying with her by the much taller Abraham. Pass in the post to Harrison. She doesn't put up many shots, and she misses this runner. Baylor with another rebound. Jana Van Guytenbeek trying to clear some room against some backcourt pressure by Tate. She's still in the backcourt, has to get across in 2 seconds and does. Van Guytenbeek with a handoff to Fauntleroy. Bella top of the key, finds Abraham. 5:40 to play second quarter, 13 seconds to shoot. Markayla Johnson fires a step-back jumper from the baseline, leaves it short, and the rebound grabbed by Tate. Baylor quiet offensively here in the second quarter, just 3 points, although defensively they have held Southern to just 3. The Baylor lead is 6. It's Hurston. Top of the arc, guarded by Markayla Johnson, making her first start tonight in the absence of Talia Scott. Hurston drives to the left baseline, tries to circle in the paint, shakes Markayla Johnson with a spin move and buries the turnaround jumper. Pretty shot there by Hurston. It's a 4-point Baylor lead. Baylor's gone 2 minutes and 2 seconds without a point. Bella Fauntleroy dribbles to the baseline, cut off, finds Bugs, kick out to Jana. She'll try to stop the scoring drought here, but her 3 is off the back rim. No. High-pointed offensive rebound by Kyla Abraham. Back to Van Guytenbeek. Swings the elbows, puts it on the floor, drives inside, cut off, tries to thread the needle with a tough pass in the post. It's chased down by Abraham. 6 seconds to shoot. Markayla Johnson, the open player, but her 3's in and out, and Bugs, good position going after the rebound, is taken to the ground and fouled. Oh, there was a little extracurricular contact in there. Bugs is unhappy. There may have been a little extra shove in there as she was on the floor. Officials get inside, and teammates bring Bugs out of there and just kind of calm her down. We may look at this, and players staying down on the floor for Southern. We'll see who that is following our media timeout. But Bugs high-pointed the rebound, was fouled on her way down by Jalia Reed, and there was a little bit of push somewhere in there as players were down on the floor. And officials may talk this through as Reed gets up off the floor. So maybe they're not. Maybe it's just staying as is, and they're letting her get off the floor. I don't know if you want to say she is injured, but certainly had the wind knocked out of her. The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank, proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Think different. Think Central. Central National Bank. 23-19, Baylor with the lead. 4:32 to play first half on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Slam dunk cash with First Central Credit Union. Create a full court press with First Central's free checking that pays you cash back and refunds fees from other banks' ATMs. Enjoy free reward checking and be the MVP of a new cashback season. It's an easy bank shot. Apply online at firstcentralcu.com. We're your team.
Everything we do, it's true. We do for you.
Eligibility and qualifications apply. Member NCUA.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Where the Bears lead at 23-19, 4:32 to play here in the second quarter. Carrying Little Page Bucks just to a foul on an offensive rebound, but officials are now reviewing the play to see if there was an unobserved flagrant foul. We did see a hand in there, and I don't know whose it was. I couldn't see. We haven't seen a replay yet, but it did look like there was some extracurricular, both in terms of the hand motions in there and the reactions of the players. And now the officials are reviewing to see if there was, quote, an unobserved flagrant foul. And if that's the case, obviously that would be a flagrant foul, essentially a technical on someone here. And the officials are taking a look. Lori, it's been a strange game so far. Of course, Baylor playing without their leading scorer. Here we go. Here's a look at the replay. Yeah, Buggs was fouled. Okay, so that was inadvertent, but Buggs, it appears, Buggs did catch Reed with an elbow on the way down as they were falling to the floor. My sense from looking at that, Lori, is that it was inadvertent, but she did catch her with that. That was a strange sequence of events there. I mean, it was a battle in between. There was a foul called on Reed, Buggs, and was that Reed who went down with Reed, her? Yes. And then you had another player who came in who looked like she was going to push Buggs off of her, but pushed her own teammate. So it just was really strange. I'm not sure if there was much to do. If anything, if it was inadvertent when both players are flying down to the floor, it's not like there was anything intentional at all. Yeah, and that's not just green and gold colored glasses. That's right. And I believe that was inadvertent. The officials are calling both coaches over. Coach Nicky for the Bears, Carlos Funches for Southern. I mean, on the way down, Buggs did have her arm fly out and caught Reed on the face with an elbow. But it certainly looked inadvertent looking at the replay. And now the officials are explaining it to both coaches. Well, let's see if they tell us what happened here. I really couldn't tell by the coaches' reactions. They're taking it, they're talking to the officials though, and this makes me wonder if they did go ahead and call a flagrant. The way they're talking to the official scorer over here, it appears that they're giving some detailed instructions. And usually that means that there is something flagrant involved. But they've not made that official announcement. And this is getting drawn out. Again, I think that may be another foul on Buggs. That's what it sounds like to me. Okay. All right, they're going to give us the official explanation.
After review, there is a foul on number 2 for Southern. Also on the play, after the whistle, there's a flagrant 1 on number 5 for Baylor and a flagrant 1 on number 4 for Southern. Those flagrants will offset. It will be Baylor's ball underneath, shot clock at 20 seconds.
Well, there you go. So what you have here is after the play, so not that elbow, but after the play, Buggs and Jocelyn Tate for Southern were called for double technical fouls. Tate was the one who went in and
but ended up pushing her own player. It was very strange.
It was, but apparently
now,
some extracurricular the officials
yeah.
saw.
And Bugs has 2 fouls now, so she's probably going to sit for a while. So, again, not a lot of players for Baylor, but they immediately go in and attack with Bella on the inside, and Bella will get to the free throw line.
That's a foul on Demaya Porter, her first, and the team's 3rd foul.
All right,
and
here's
it's going to
where
send Bella to the free throw line.
And Baylor's just got to be better. They've been so good at the free throw line. Yes, we know that you've got an almost 92% free throw shooter in Talia Scott, who's almost money from there, but Bella's been so good at the free throw line.
Bella, 1 of 2. She is 14 of 16 on the year, but she misses the first here. She'll have 1 more coming. Well, you hate to see Bugs have to take a seat. 5.7 rebounds for her in the first half. But it certainly would appear she's not going to play here for the final 4:31 or limited play time with 4.5 to go, and her having picked up her 2nd foul as Bella drains the 2nd. Zylese Harrison returns. And Laura, I didn't get a good look at the after the play part, but apparently Bugs and Tate reacted in a way that was over the line, and the officials gave them both the technical fouls. Baylor by 5, 24-19, with 4.5 minutes to play until halftime. Back in for Southern is Damani Lagway. Lagway bounces to Tate, middle of the floor, circles to the left wing, hands it off to Dixon, coming the other way. Kick out, open look at a 3. That is too strong by Delancey. Weak side board chased down, though, in the corner by Southern. That's Tate, and they're going to get another look at it. Dixon takes the feed, drives inside, cut off by Fauntleroy, feeds it outside to Tate, swings the elbows, Euro step, leans in and finishes with a left-hand finger roll. She used a nice Euro step to get just enough space around Van Geitenbeek and laid it in, and then Lagway tries to knock the ball away from Jana and knocks it out of bounds, but it will be Baylor's basketball. Still too many turnovers. Baylor with 9, Southern with 7. And offensive rebounds, you don't like the fact that both teams have been able to pick up 7. Inbound to Nelms, hands it off to Jana Van Geitenbeek, drives all the way and finishes with the left hand. Nice play to break that backcourt pressure. They played it into Nelms, who handed it right back off to the inbounder Jana, and she just drove all the way to the hoop for 2. Baylor by 5, 26-21, 3:43 to play. Here before halftime, there's a driving runner by Delancey off the mark. Good defense by Nelms. Jana with the rebound. She wants to race inside again. Cut off, swings it out to Bella. Bella on the drive. Cut off, triple team. There's got to be an open teammate. It is Nelms, and she splashes in a 3 off the Bella Fauntleroy feed from the left wing.
Well, we know that Nelms is going to lurk out there, and when she is squared up as she was, she gets that pass from Bella, and you could tell when it left her hand, it was going to drain.
5 points for Nelms, her second made 3 this year in just 7 attempts. It's an 8-point lead, Baylor's biggest of the evening. Driving attempt by Dixon. Oh, good drive there, and she flipped it in. Makes it 26-29, rather to 23. Baylor with another designed inbounds. Nelms feeds it back to the inbounder, Van Geitenbeek. Dribbles around a screen, gets inside, lost it out of bounds, but it was last touched by Southern, so it's going to remain with the Bears with 23 seconds to shoot at 2:59 to play. Michaela Cunningham and Zaria Hurston return for Southern. 2 of their main scorers back on the floor for Carlos Funchess' team. Jana Van Geitenbeek feeds it in, and Nelms off the baseline. She cashes in with a left block layup.
Right, Nelms is making the most of her opportunity here tonight.
2:50 to play. Baylor by 8 points here in the second quarter. There's a feed into the corner. Dixon open for 3, left it short. Weak side rebound to Bella. Fires it ahead to Jana Van Geitenbeek. Circles into the paint. Kicks it out to Markayla Johnson. She tries a step back 2. That is off the mark, too strong. Rebound hits the floor. Dunn chases it down. Floats in the lane and is fouled. She's going to go to the free throw line with 150 seconds to play before halftime. That's a foul on Deshante Edwards. Her 3rd and the team's 4th.
Yeah, opportunities here at not only free throws, but second chance points for Baylor, getting that offensive rebound. They're 8th of the game, but they've only been able to manufacture 3 points off of those 8 offensive rebounds.
Dunn's going to try to add to that. Team's first free throw rattles out. Baylor's just 4 of 10 from the free throw line, an ugly number. I beg your pardon, that foul was not on Edwards. It was on Xylee Harrison. And that was Harrison's first. One more coming for Ting. And that one is no good. Fight for the rebound. It's out of bounds to Baylor. Good job by Nelms to contest there when it looked like Southern had the rebound, and Harrison fumbled it away, so Baylor will get another crack at it. 31-23, Baylor with the lead and possession. Inbounds to Dunn, hands it right back left wing to Jana. Races to the middle of the floor. Jana around a Nelm screen, circles downhill, cut off on the baseline, back out to Johnson, catch and shoot three. Markayla left it short. Bella Fauntleroy chases down the offensive rebound. They're going to send it with an extra pass in the corner where Ting is too strong on a three. Yeah, some good looks there for Baylor, but they couldn't hit. Now Cunningham off and running, and Tate stripped to the basketball, out of bounds. It'll stay with her, but a nice job by Jana getting back and not allowing an uncontested shot.
Yeah, and doing that without just backing up. The ball gets there, and she just timed it perfectly to get her hands on the basketball before it got into Southern's hands.
Inbound to Tate with 2 minutes to play in the second quarter. Tate circles around defenders, misses the shot. Offensive rebound by Hurston, but she traveled with it. She landed in a crowd and tried to do a little hop, skip, and a jump to get away, but she forgot to put the ball on the floor. Baylor by 8, 31-3.
May have been expecting a foul call, but there was no contact.
Van Geitenbeek feeds it to Fauntleroy. Dribbles down the left side of the lane, gets inside, passes it in, and Bears have their first double-digit lead in the first half.
Boy, Bella got a little bit of a step there. And once one player stepped away, Bella was able to go in and score. She has 9 points.
Hairston with an open three from the left side, no. Jana tips the rebound to Nelms, and the Bears will get another crack at it. A minute and a half to play first half, up by 10, 33-23. Ting Dunn thought about a three, drives inside instead, and we've got a whistle. And a foul is going to go against Southern. There was a collision between Hurston and Ting Dunn, and it was Hurston who got the worst end of that for Hurston. That's her second, and that is 5 on Southern.
All right, Dunn missed her last free throws. She back at the line, yes she is. So she was 5 of 6 until that point. She also incredibly skilled. That was really surprising to see her miss those.
Baylor looking to get it going
Much
at the
better.
line. She splashes in the first
Yeah.
here.
That's the kind of
12
sound we like to hear.
Yeah. Kira Pemberton will check in if she makes this free throw here with a minute 19 to go. It's up, and it is no good. Offensive rebound battle. Oh, they're going to call the Bears for an offensive, or a loose ball foul, I beg your pardon.
Yeah,
They
and
get
over
Nelms
the
over
back for Nelms.
Yeah.
But, oh, man, I thought she just went straight up in the air, but just tipped the basketball out, turned her back around, got the ball, and unfortunate whistle.
Kira Pemberton is in for the Bears. She's got some first half run tonight. Pemberton is averaging 3 points, a rebound and a half off the bench, shooting 73% from the floor this year, and that foul, by virtue of being the 5th on the Bears, is going to send Southern to the free throw line. It is Olivia Delancey, 2 of 5 from the line this season, to shoot 2. First is up, and she drains the first. She's got one more on the way. It is up, and she drained them both. Baylor will have it. It's Van Geitenbeek, Johnson, Pemberton, Nelms, and Dunn on the floor. Markayla across midcourt. On the left wing, double teamed, and a foul called. And it's going to send Markayla to the free throw line. Dixon is here with the foul.
Well, you might want to send Baylor to the free throw line.
Yeah, the way they've been shooting tonight, 5 of 13. And it's Markayla Johnson who has struggled this year from the stripe tonight. She is 1 of 3, making her 12 of 31 overall. That's a number that she's really got to pick up as the season continues.
Well, that's a lot of points to leave on the floor, but it could be an almost 20-point lead.
First free throw is
there you
good.
go. I'm glad. I wish Markayla would just look around and go, see?
Yeah.
That's what you get. That was a good free throw.
Yeah, but to your point, she's got that ability to drive inside, knife, and draw contact. So to make that a real weapon, you got to hit your free throws. Now the officials are discussing something.
What was it, the wrong person who shot the free throw?
It was the wrong person who shot the free throw. It was Pemberton who was fouled. Well, I've never seen that. She hit the free throw, and they've changed the free throw shooter mid-stream. It's Pemberton, too strong on the first. Wait, so she shot a free throw and hit it, and then they said, no, you're not the shooter. Have you ever seen that?
Never.
I've never seen, I'm sure it's happened somewhere, but I've not seen that, certainly at this level. Well, Pemberton missed the first free throw and hits the second. That is the strangest thing. We had a little change of cast at the free throw line after a free throw had been made.
And after Markayla made it.
Well, what do you know about that? We're under a minute to go now. Baylor by 10, 35-25. Pemberton is guarding Cunningham, who dances in the lane, has it knocked away. It's stolen by Dunn. She's off and running. Bounces to Markayla Johnson. Head fakes a shot. Kicks it out to Van Geitenby. Back to Markayla. Markayla tries to spin a pass in the post to Nelms. There was not a lane there, and it was stolen. Here comes Southern the other way. Under 40 seconds to play. Cunningham drives inside, misses the shot. Offensive rebound in a crowd. Put back blocked out of bounds. Dixon went back up with it. The Bears got a hand on it.
Dunn got that block.
It's been a couple of by Dunn this year. And it will be Reed to play it in from the baseline. Finds Tate at the top of the arc. Drives inside. Puts up a short jumper in a crowd. No good. Nelms collects the rebound, and the Bears can play for the last shot. That's 3 rebounds off the bench for Kaylin Elms tonight. Baylor by 10, 35-25, playing ostensibly for the first half's last shot here with the shot clock dark and 12 seconds to go. Jana near midcourt, harassed by Cunningham, around a Nelms screen, gets downhill, tries to kick it into the corner, but Dunn cut north and Jana passed it south. And that's yet another Baylor turnover, 11 in the first half. And Coach Nicky's quickly going to send in Kyla Abraham as defensive substitute for Kaylin Nelms. And now Southern can play for the last shot. They've got 5.2 seconds essentially to go the length of the floor. Having trouble getting in, nearly stolen. They play it into Cunningham. 3 seconds across midcourt. Lost it, picked it up, and she won't clear a shot. And that's the way the first half ends. An ugly end to a kind of an ugly first half.
Yeah, Markayla, though, that time poked the basketball out, so that just took away a shot opportunity at all. But you're right. It's it's a little painful to see Baylor 6 for 15 from the free throw line when you've got your opponent 9 for 10, and that's kept this just a 10-point game. But it could be a lot more if you cash in from the free throw line, which Baylor got there often.
Yeah, you look at that 15 free throws, that's probably about as close to as many as Baylor shot in the first half of a game this year, but shooting just 48% from the strike. 35-25, our halftime score. The Nissan halftime report is coming up straight ahead from Foster Pavilion, where the Bears are leading a team here in Southern that has 2 Big 12 wins to their credit this year. Houston and Arizona. It's Baylor by 10 at intermission at Foster Pavilion. Final non-conference tune-up here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Want to be the energy our Bears need? Go gold with Baylor Athletics this season and be the gold factor across each of our sports. Wear exclusive Go Gold apparel from the Baylor Bookstore and the Spirit Shop at upcoming Go Gold dates. Stay up to date on all your golden opportunities to create an electric home atmosphere by visiting BaylorBears.com/Go Gold. Sic 'em Bears.
See why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on! And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, Driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon, Toyota-thon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyota-thon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyota-thon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
Fox Sports Radio, 93.9 K230 CK and KRMX HD3 Waco.
You're listening to live coverage of Baylor women's basketball. Now, it's time for the Nissan Halftime Show, brought to you by Central National Bank, proud season sponsor of Baylor women's basketball. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Nissan, innovation that excites. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we break down the first half. Check in on scores and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
They've led by as many as 11. It's 10 right now at 35-25. So welcome into the Nissan Halftime Report. Nissan, innovation that excites. You know, Lori, I think you look at this game and you recognize Southern has two Big 12 wins, and they've been tested by a tough schedule. And Baylor's playing without their leading scorer tonight. Talia Scott, the only double-digit scorer on the team per game at 24 points. Still, I think you feel like on one hand, you're like, hey, Baylor's got a double-digit lead at halftime. That's good. But I think you also know in the back of your head, Baylor left some opportunities out there on the floor with too many turnovers and too many missed free throws, and I'm sure they're hearing about that right now in the locker room.
Yeah, the lead could be double right now instead of a 10-point manageable lead. You know, you could really have put an exclamation point on the first 20 minutes, but, you know, and I don't know what to really attribute that that free throw number. Kind of surprises me a little bit, but
I mean, Baylor's at 74% on the year.
Exactly. And I know a lot of it is because Talia is so good at getting to the free throw line. She's the best at that. But Baylor's just got to be able to regroup there, refocus, and when you get to the free throw line, get those free points.
Here's our first half stats here at intermission. Baylor out shooting Southern by a sizable margin, 46-20 at 7%. Baylor 13 of 28, Southern 8 of 30. Baylor 3 of 11 from downtown. Southern is 0 from beyond the arc. They've taken 6 threes tonight. They're much better at the line, though, than the Bears. 9 of 10 is Southern. Baylor 6 of 15. The Bears coughed it up too many times, 11 times, leading to 5 Southern points. Southern turned it over 9 times, leading to 7 Baylor points. Baylor with the edge on the glass, 22-17, but Southern with a 10-9 offensive rebounding edge. Baylor with 10 assists on 13 field goals. That's good. Southern with 2 on 8. They are led in scoring by Jocelyn Tate, 7 points off the bench by Tate, essentially matching her season average of 6.6 points per game. She also leads, tied for the team lead with 3 rebounds with Demaya Porter. 4 points for Hurston, and Porter, no one else has more than 2 for Southern. For the Bears' balanced scoring attack, Bella Fauntleroy leads the way. She leads all scorers with 9 points. She also has 4 rebounds. She's 3 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 4 from the line. 7 points for Kaylin Elms off the bench. A nice night of work for her so far. After that, it's 6 points off the bench for Yuting Dunn, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 4 from the free throw line, 5 apiece from Markayla Johnson and Dariana Littlepage. Bugs picked up her second foul of flagrant. In fact, it was she and Tate picked up double flagrants after a play was over, in which Baylor and Southern both had players fall to the floor wrestling after a rebound. 5.7 rebounds for Dariana Littlepage. Bugs, Markayla Johnson, 5 points on 2 of 9 shooting She's taken 4 more shots than any other Baylor player here so far. After that, it is 2 points for Jana Van Geitenbeek, 6 first-half assists for Jana. 2 points, 6 assists for her. 1 point for Kira Pemberton, Kyla Abraham, and Kirsten Johnson played but did not score. Kirsten Johnson picked up 2 quick fouls and ended up having to sit most of the rest of the first half. Worth noting, Kayla Nelms is just 1 point away from matching her career high, 2 points away from setting a new one. All adds up to a 35-25 Baylor lead at halftime. This is the Nissan Halftime Report. Nissan, innovation that excites. Laura will take a look at other scores. Not a busy night in college basketball, but she'll let you know what is happening in the Big 12 here when we come back to Foster Pavilion after this. Bears playing without Talia Scott tonight, day-to-day with a sprained ankle. Baylor's up 35-25 at halftime here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Want to be the energy our Bears need? Go gold with Baylor Athletics this season and be the gold factor across each of our sports. Wear exclusive gold apparel from
Yes, okay, yeah. Gotcha.
Go Gold dates. Stay up to date on all your golden opportunities to create an electric home atmosphere by visiting BaylorBears.com/GoGold. Sic 'em Bears.
Hi, I'm Jim Turner at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. As we celebrate our 10th year anniversary, I want to say thank you to all of our customers. Our dealership is more than a business to me. That's why when you come see us for a reliable new Chevy or award-winning service, we treat you like family. Come see our new collision center, now open to serve you even better for many years to come. Enjoy the game, then come see us at Jim Turner Chevrolet in McGregor. Together, let's drive.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business started here in Waco, Texas, and proud to serve the local area. They love to cater all kinds of events, big and small. Serving Baylor and its families is one of their favorite things, and they even ship barbecue nationwide. Check them out while here in Waco or online and support one of Waco's local barbecue restaurants, Hellberg Barbecue. Salt, pepper, and a whole lot of prayer. Proudly serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage and a trusted neighbor, bridging expert industry knowledge with integrity and kindness. Known for their award-winning agents, Magnolia Realty understands the dynamics of making the real estate journey your own and the importance of trust from contract to close. You can find their local agents here in Waco and across the state, including in Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected and learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com. Here's to home.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
As we continue the Nissan halftime show, Nissan innovation that excites. Baylor leading Southern at half by 10. It's the Bears 35 and the Jaguars 25. Looking at scores around the Big 12 Conference, only one other game is underway right now at halftime. At Arizona, the Wildcats leading Baylor. The Arizona Wildcats, is that right? Arizona Wildcats, thank you. Just had them, I had a momentary brain freeze. But Arizona leading Bellarmine from Louisville, Kentucky. The Wildcats up 55-27. Big 12 play in women's college basketball begins on Saturday with a couple of games. BYU will be visiting Orlando and UCF, and K-State will be in Fort Worth to take on number 9 TCU. Then 5 games on the docket on Sunday. Of course, the one we're focused on is the 3 p.m. tip-off between Texas Tech and number 15 Baylor here in the Farrell Center. The other games include Kansas at number 10, Iowa State. Houston will be visiting West Virginia. Cincinnati will host Oklahoma State. and Colorado will be on the road at Arizona State to take on the Sun Devils. And then Monday, Utah will play at Arizona. So a couple of those former Pac-12, now Big 12 opponents rounding out the Big 12 opening weekend for women's college basketball. Again, our score at the half, Baylor's final non-conference tune-up as the Bears lead Southern 35-25. We'll be back with the beginning of the second half in just a moment. You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right. Oh, I like it. So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip? Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to Nextlink Internet. With Nextlink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, Nextlink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give Nextlink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
Kids can now join the Baylor Cub Club, the official kids club of Baylor Athletics, presented by Green Eye Associates. Fans 12 and under can register for the low cost of $25 and gain exclusive benefits and access to Baylor Athletics events. Members receive free admission to select events, exclusive giveaway access, and their own membership package. To register your Cub, please visit BaylorBears.com/Cub Club. Sign your Cub up today.
You've been listening to the Nissan Halftime Show on the Baylor Sports Media Network. Brought to you by TFNB, the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Nissan, innovation that excites. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we get set for the second half action with the Baylor Bears. As we rejoin Derek Smith live from the booth, bringing you the second half of action and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
That's our score as we prepare to start the second half of action here at Foster Pavilion. This is the last game before Big 12 play begins on Sunday against an undefeated Texas Tech squad. And Lori, as the original starters make their way out to the floor tonight for the Bears, Van Geitenbeek, Markayla Johnston, Kirsten Johnson, Fauntleroy, and Bugs. 20 minutes to just play some good basketball, close this out strong without Talia Scott, and try to carry some momentum into that game against Texas Tech Sunday afternoon. All right, back to action here in the third quarter as Southern begins on offense. Their leading scorer, Demaya Porter, leans into KJ, clears a little space, and then hits a tough turnaround from just inside the free throw line. Southern scores on their opening possession, and now here comes Baylor. Trying to score on theirs. Markayla Johnson, the ball handler, but she telegraphs a pass to Van Geitenbeek that's stolen by Cunningham. She misses the driving layup, however, and Van Geitenbeek clears the rebound. Tell you what, you really want Markayla to look like you can trust her as a ball handler, and been hit and miss. It's been hit and miss here in this game. Bella Fauntleroy unloads a three, knocks it down, and becomes the game's first double-digit score.
Man, what a three for Bella that time, because I think when she caught the ball and let it fly, I don't think she was even looking just yet. That's nothing but muscle memory, and that is the second 3 tonight from Bella on the assist from Jana, who has 7 tonight.
Here's Porter in the post, has the ball stripped away by KJ. That's a steal. Gives it to Jana, threads it ahead to Markayla Johnson, back to Van Geitenbeek, cross court to Bella. Bella looks inside, angles to the right wing, sends it to KJ, has the ball stripped away by Porter, out of bounds to Baylor. She just sort of took her eye off the play for a second, and Porter knocked it out of her hand. Luckily, it's going to stay with the Bears with 17 seconds to shoot. Had Bella 3 a moment ago, matched Baylor's biggest lead of the game at 11. They have a chance to add to it here as Jana moves to the middle of the floor, gets downhill, kicks it outside to Markayla. Single digits on the shot clock. She feeds Bugs, who's a little long on a 3, and Porter grabs the board for Southern. Cunningham, Edwards, Porter, Reed, and one other player out there for the Jaguars. That is Hurston. Their original starters are on the floor as well here in the second half. It's Hurston driving downhill, splits Bugs and Bella, and then throws it off the side of the backboard. Bella collects the rebound, gives it to Jana, nearly fouled from behind, but no matter. She threads the needle through a crowd to a cutting Bugs for the layup. Nice find there by Jana, absorbing some, we'll say, tight defensive pressure and feeding Bugs anyway.
Nice finish, and Jana, assist number 8.
Well, her career high is 12. She's on her way to matching that, or 13, I beg your pardon. She's on her way to matching that. Now Reed had just a little bit of room and bombed away a 3, which she hit to cut the Baylor lead back to 10 at 40-30.
Well, they had missed their first 6 3-pointers, and really not any of them close. That one drained. That one went through.
Markayla Johnson lost the ball on an inside drive, but Baylor will keep with 21 seconds to shoot. Bella Fauntleroy with 12 points, Bugs with 7 and 7, and Jana Van Geitenbeek with 8 assists. Gonna get a new basketball from midcourt and toss it over to the baseline where Van Geitenbeek will trigger. Jana takes the handoff from the official, starts the count. She's looking, fires it into Markayla, kicks it out to Bugs. Bugs drives inside, spins, a little fall away too strong, and the rebound is grabbed by Edwards. Baylor 40, Southern 30. The Jaguars have the basketball as Cunningham moves to the left side of the floor. Cunningham with 2 points, no assists here for their point guard. She feeds Reed. Reed wants to drive on Van Geitenbeek, stays with her defensively. Here's a pass in the post to Edwards, who somehow finds balance and room to flip around Bugs and lay it in to cut the Baylor lead to 8. Jana races into the front court, nearly loses it, bounces it to Markayla. Markayla left wing feeds Bugs. Bugs moves all the way to the other side of the floor, finds Bella Fauntleroy for a jumper that's good from the top of the key.
Bella's feeling it now with those 2 good 3s and a couple of really nice pull-up jumpers.
Baylor back up by 10 at 42-32, 3.5 minutes gone, third quarter. Here's a drive by Hurston, dribbled it off her leg, out of bounds.
By the way, Bella Fauntleroy up to 14 points. Again, she had not been in double digits in I think over the past
3 games.
3 games. Just a total of 13 points during that time. She's outscored herself now. 14 points on 5 of 7 shooting.
She had a very efficient night at that. She wanted to take the 3 there, passed it up as they got back out there defensively. Extra pass to Jana from KJ, who leaves the 3 short. Boy, Bugs is knocked to the floor, and Bella absorbed contact away from the play. She is in some pain as Coach Nikki mimics the hook and elbow sign with her right arm.
Bugs just went flying down.
Bugs went flying down. She was pushed backwards, and Bella's away from the play. You can't see what happened to her on the replay, but she was in some pain, and Dunn is going to check in for her. Yeah, she's got some tears in her eyes, and I think, yeah, they are. They're going to take a look at this with 6:09 to play here in the third quarter, and we will take it as well. The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank.
Previous play is under review for an unobserved flagrant foul.
Well, you just heard the announcement there, unobserved technical flagrant foul, to see if anything, what caused that pain that Bella is in. Again, Central National Bank, proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Bank different. Bank Central, Central National Bank. We'll let you know the result of the replay when we come back after this. 6:11 to play in the third. Baylor up 42-32 on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. When it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. But with the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. Don't buy from social media ads unless the ad is from a verified company. When you click those ads, you open yourself up to fraud. If it seems too good to be true, it almost always is.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
At Magnolia Realty, award-winning agents set the bar for professionalism and excellence. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, Magnolia's full-service brokerage will guide you through every step of the process with expert industry knowledge. Their agents are fully invested in learning your story and customizing the real estate experience to suit your stage of life. Magnolia Realty has been serving cities across Texas since 2007, including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, and Temple. To get connected or learn more, visit magnoliarealty.com.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It will be Southern's ball on the end line.
No penalty on the play. So Bella, as she was passing, had a Hurston come down, and she caught her in the face with the forearm. Now, Lori, as play is ongoing, I thought that was a foul, but there's no penalty on the play.
I guess that's what we call inadvertent, I suppose.
Yeah, but isn't...
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, isn't inadvertent in that case still? You know, on the Bugs foul earlier, hers I said was inadvertent, but the whistle had already blown. The whistle had blown at that point.
Yeah, Bugs was cleared out underneath as well.
Yeah, but...
And I think...
No whistle either way.
Yeah.
I don't think
Bugs,
the bench likes that, but what do you do?
But Bugs was having a very respectful conversation with the referee.
Well, after all that, it's Southern basketball. 4 minutes into the second half here. Baylor up by 10. Here is Tate back in out of the timeout. Also in as well, Porter. And Cunningham takes it high on the left side. Markayla guarding her. Throws a fastball to Reed, a good three-point shooter. She has their only three of the night. She kicks it out to Porter with 6 to shoot with 5. Back to Cunningham, drives inside with 3, puts up a tough runner and got the bounce. With the shot clock dwindling down, she hit, got the Baylor lead to 8 at 42-34 with 5.5 to play in the third. Jana Van Geitenbeek finds a lane to the basket, puts up a tough right-hand runner, and it skips off the rim. Here's Southern the other way. Cunningham back to the basket, scoops it outside to Delancey. Step back 3. That would have been annoying if she had hit that, but she didn't. Left it short, and KJ gets the rebound. Here's Jana feeding Bugs. Oh, missed the layup in close. Oh, a great pass by Jana, but Bugs couldn't quite finish inside, and it's Southern basketball with 5 minutes gone here. We're exactly halfway through the third quarter. Porter has it high on the left side. They're up 42-34. Reed spins it over to Cunningham. Back to Reed. Launches a 3 and airballs it out of bounds to Baylor. Boy, talk about a launch. She really did launch that, a moonshot, but online, but airballed it. And that brings us to our official third quarter media timeout. Hey, Bears fans, this basketball season, make Pepsi your go-to game day drink because it's the only drink for basketball watching. Pepsi, that's what I like. Proud partner of Baylor Athletics. Also, want to say hello to all of you watching on the Courtside Cam, brought to you by NextLink, reliable high-speed internet for your home or business. 4:53 to play, third quarter. Baylor 42, Southern 34. You're listening to the Baylor Sports Media Network.
TFNB Your Bank for Life is the official local bank of Baylor Athletics. Find out why more Central Texas are making TFNB their bank for life. Sign up for our Edge checking and savings accounts to earn interest or cash back. With 5 convenient locations and an award-winning mobile app, banking has never been easier. TFNB Your Bank for Life. Member FDIC.
Today we have two very special guests on our program. Introducing Len and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Just under halfway through the third quarter, 4:53 to play in the third. It's a 42-34 Baylor lead. It was a back-and-forth first quarter. The Bears led by a score of 17-14 at the end of one, and have slowly pulled away since then. But really, emphasis on slowly. Southern, not a bad team. They've hung around. And really the key for Baylor is to find a way to put a little more distance and pull away, because you just don't want to let a team, Baylor's the better team than Southern, even without Talia Scott tonight day-to-day with an ankle sprain. But even
don't
without
let anybody hang around.
Right, don't let them hang around.
Well, right now Baylor is 3 of 8 here in this quarter. And I guess the bright spot is all 3 field goals they've assisted on. But Southern right now is 4 of 8.
Baylor with the basketball out of the timeout. Here's Van Geitenbeek. She has 8 assists on the night. Feeds it right side to Bugs. Bugs fakes a pass, knifes inside. Stripped to the basketball on the way up. No foul, and here comes Southern with it. 4.5 to play in the third. Cunningham races into the front court, then throws on the brakes. Kaylin Elms 1 point away from matching her career high. Will check in on the next dead ball. Down to 15 seconds to shoot for the Jaguars. Tate directing traffic. Gives up a lot of time. Gives it to Reed between the circles. Single digits on the shot clock. Fires it over to Tate. Knifing inside. Throws on the brakes. Puts up a shot. Back rim, no. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Oh, it's going to stay with Southern.
Guess it went off Bugs.
A lot of hands in there on it. Maybe Bugs touched it last as Nelms returns for KJ. Caitlin Nelms, 7 points on 3 of 3 shooting. She has 3 rebounds and an assist. Bella Fauntleroy will check back in next dead ball, but Kayla's done a nice job. Nelms off the bench tonight. Long inbounds to Delancey. Delancey spins inside, puts up a turnaround back rim, no. Rebound tapped around. Dunn gets it and sends it to Van Geitenbeek. Jan in the front court. Baylor trying to push their lead to double digits once again. Van Geitenbeek knifes in a crowd, kicks it out to Markayla Johnson, drives to the free throw line and leaves the jumper short. Tries to chase down her own rebound, but it's out of bounds to Southern.
Well, I wish Markayla had eyes in the back of her head, because she could have just turned around and flicked the ball to Yuting Dunn, who was just sitting there on the three-point arc from the top of the key, just ready to fire away.
Here is Southern with it. It's 42-34 Baylor lead. Delancey to Dixon. Now to Tate. Tate around a Porter screen. Looks to get downhill. Nearly walks with it as she tries to stop her dribble. Kicks it out to Dixon. Drives inside. Janice stays with her. Cuts her off on the baseline. 6 seconds to shoot. Awkward shot by Delancey. Glasses home. And cuts the Baylor lead to 6, 42-36 with 3:15 to play.
Well, Baylor's 0 of its last 5. They have a scoring drought of almost 3.5 minutes.
Nelms is going to try to change that, and she's got a chance at a three-point play. Count it and put her on the line. She took the feed inside, hit a turnaround layup as she was fouled. It's a new career high in scoring for Kaylin Nelms, who can reach double digits for the first time in her Baylor career. Should she hit the free throw, give Bella the assist, and give Demaya Porter the foul. Porter's second, and that's the first on Southern here in the third. That's actually the first foul called on either team in the first 7 minutes of this quarter.
You know what? That was so well executed, too.
Hey, Nelms knocks down the free throw. Baylor shot just 40% in 15 attempts in the first half, but she hits Baylor's first attempt of this third quarter, and the Baylor lead is 9 at 45-36. Kaylin Elms, a new career high with 10 points. Here is Edwards on the drive. She is cut off defensively, fires it out beyond the arc to Cunningham. Cunningham bounces down the mid post right side to Porter, who leaves the mid-range jumper short. Weak side rebound to Bella Fauntleroy. Here come the Bears in transition. Nelms takes the feed from Van Geitenbeek. unloads it outside. Here's a three, in and out by Dunn. Bugs, though, with the offensive rebound and the putback. 9 points for Bugs, 8 boards. Baylor is back up by 11 at 47-36.
Boy, after a 3.5-minute scoring drought, Baylor scores. Nelms with that three-point play, and then Bugs getting that big offensive rebound and putback.
Here is Jocelyn Tate nearly losing the dribble. She dribbles 20 seconds off the clock, nearly loses the dribble, and then misses a turnaround. Fight for the rebound in close as Bella's knocked down, but she's able to clear it. Feeds it to Van Geitenbeek. Nelms back to Jana. And now back to Nelms, high on the right side. She's going to let a three fly and knock it down.
Yeah, don't forget about Nelms out there. That is her second three today. And Kayla Nelms has a career-high 13 points.
She is 5 of 5 from the field, 3 rebounds, an assist. Oh, and a block shot, too. She's got a big smile on her face. Good to see that. She is finding her rhythm, working to come into her own here at this level. And boy, you mentioned that Lori Baylor had gone 3.5 minutes without a point, and then she helps Baylor go on an 8-0 run in a minute and 16 seconds, scoring 6 of Baylor's 8 points and prompting a Southern timeout. We'll keep it here. Baylor's lead is 14 points, their biggest of the night. And boy, Lori, you really like seeing that from Kayla Nelms. You need players to step up. You know, this is not a deep Baylor team right now, even with the full complement of players. But you look tonight, Baylor has just, 8 healthy players. Bella, Markayla, Kyla, Pemberton, and then Nelms, Dunn, Bugs, Jana, and Jana. You know, you look, that's 8 players, and you need all of them tonight, and you're getting that, and especially from Kayla Nelms, 5 of 5 from the field.
You know, look at that. That's 13 points in 12 minutes, and it's unsurprising that she has the best plus-minus on the team right now. So the efficiency super high right now for Kayla Nelms.
Hurston with the ball out of the timeout. Under 100 seconds to play here in the third. Hurston tries a follow-away jumper. No. Ball bounces out near the perimeter where Edwards grabs it for Southern. Sends it out to Cunningham. Cunningham dancing inside the arc. Looks to get inside. Puts up a runner. Leaves it short. Rebound is knocked out of bounds to Baylor.
Again, Bella Fauntleroy just playing staunch defense in the middle. Just forcing, an off-balance shot that just hit the side of the rim. And the ball goes out of bounds to Baylor.
Nelms has scored 6 of Baylor's last 8 points. Jana was looking for all kinds of
how she
contact,
got
but
that
no
ball
whistle.
back.
Had it knocked away, got it back. Yu-Ting Dunn takes the feed, sends it in the corner. Bella with a catch and shoot three. Oh, that was pretty. Perfect from the left corner. She just almost pushed it towards the basket after taking the feed from Yu-Ting Dunn and knocked it down. The Baylor lead is up to 17 points. The Bears have scored the game's last 11 points. Well, make that 11 of the game's last 13 points as Dixon drives inside and has a chance at a three-point play. That foul, we will see who that is on for the Bears. That's Shanna Van Geitenbeek called for her second foul and the first of this third quarter. It's a 15-point Baylor lead, and Dixon will try to cut one off of that at the free throw line. She's 2 of 3 there this year, make it 3 of 4 as she knocks it down. Backcourt pressure by Southern with under a minute to go in the third. Baylor is up by 14 points. Here's Bella with it in the front court, taking the feed from Jen after Baylor broke that pressure. Gives it off to Bugs. Bugs knifes into a crowd. Oh, lost the ball, and now a jump ball is called as looks like Cunningham fell on the loose ball. No, I beg your pardon. That was Wilson who checked in, fell on the loose ball, and after everyone left her to have the ball, she just laid there.
So I think I'll go tie it up. It almost worked just like that.
It's going to stay with Baylor after that ostensive turnover. Baylor has 20 seconds to shoot, 35 seconds to play in the third. Janet takes the inbounds wide open and knocks down a three.
Well, their defender falls down, and Jana had an opportunity to take a breath, take that hop step, and drain the three from the top of the arc for Baylor. That is their 4th three of this third quarter.
More than they scored, more than they knocked down in the first half. Southern can play for the last shot, but opts not to as Hurston drives inside. And boy, got in close and actually draws the foul on Bella Fauntleroy. That's Bella's second and the team's second. It's going to send Hurston to the line. Just a 48% free throw shooter on the year, but 2 of 2 tonight. Boy, the Bears have got strong play from Kayla Nelms, career high 13 points. Bella, very efficient, 17 points on 6 of 8 shooting. We've got Jana with 9 assists. Bugs with 8 rebounds. And see what Hurston does at the line here. First shot is good. One more coming. Well, if she hits the second or if Baylor rebounds a miss, the Bears can play for the last shot of the third quarter. Baylor's outscored them 21-16 in the third as she hits them both. And now the Bears with the shot clock dark can play for the last shot. Backcourt pressure by Southern. Oh, there's a touchdown pass throw from Dariana Littlepage. Bugs to Bella Fauntleroy. Count the layup and put her on the line. Baylor caught them napping instead of playing for the last shot. Actually, I won't say they caught them napping. Southern was really trying to pressure in the backcourt, but Bella leaked behind him. Bugs hit her with a touchdown pass, and then as Southern tried to get back to prevent the layup, all they succeeded in doing was fouling her and giving her a chance at a three-point play.
Bugs, what a pass from Bugs. Baseball pass, and Fauntleroy, what was the football pass? What do we call that? And Bella secured the ball with 2 hands, and now has a chance to cap it off.
Dixon with the foul, her third, and Bella can't get the free throw to fall. Rebound loose on the floor. It is in the corner, and we've got a loose ball foul that is going to go against the Bears with 8 seconds to go. That's just the third foul on the Bears. A foul on Yu Ting Dunn, who nearly had the offensive rebound but couldn't corral it. Now Southern has 8 seconds to go the length of the floor. This has been a game that neither team who has a chance to get the last shot of the quarter has been able to do so. Here is Tate taking the feed, driving inside, putting up a mid-range jumper and airballing it. Rebound fought for, and as both teams fight for it, that's how the third quarter ends. Baylor has matched its biggest lead of the night at 17 as we head to the fourth quarter. 58-41 is the score. The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank, proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Baylor by 17, 58-41 as we head to the fourth quarter on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
See for yourself why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green, along with her dedicated optometrists and staff. Receive trustworthy insights about your eye health, enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes, face, and neck areas with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Visit greeneyeassociates.com. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
Are you tired of slow internet? Are data caps and throttling making it impossible to stream your favorite shows and movies? If so, it sounds like it's time to switch to NextLink Internet. With NextLink, there are no data caps and no throttling, just super fast internet speeds, up to 1 gig over wireless in some areas. Plus, NextLink is an official partner of Baylor Athletics. So don't wait another minute. Give NextLink a call or go online to nextlinkinternet.com to see what special offers are available to you. Blazing fast internet is just a click or phone call away. Sick 'em, Bears.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
A 58-41 lead. Baylor outscores Southern by 7 in that third quarter. And Lori, a few things happened. The Bears got it going from downtown. Baylor was 4 of 7 beyond the arc. Baylor also shot well from the field at 53%, but in a game in which Baylor had been struggling with the turnover, Baylor had 8 assists on 9 field goals in just two third quarter turnovers. So they protected the basketball and made the most of it.
Boy, protecting the basketball is just absolutely key because, you know, that Southern, with 3:22 left, had gotten this to a 6-point game. And then Baylor so quickly, in 2 minutes, reeled off an 11-0 run. And it all started with Kayla Nelms getting a 3-point play on the assist from Bella. Bugs got an offensive rebound. Nelms hit a 3 on a Jana assist, and then Bella came down and hits a 3 on a Yu Ting Dunn assist. And Baylor again scored those points. I mean, that's quick, 11-0 in 2 minutes. And it was just able to keep it, continued to keep it at 17 as they closed out with Bella scoring with 11 and a half seconds left on that baseball, almost full court, three-quarters court pass from Dariana Littlepage Buggs to Bella Fauntleroy. And that really got the bench excited, and it was great to see Bella be fired up as well. You know, just trying to find that spark.
Well, a game high 19 points for Bella, career high 13 for Nelms. They've combined for 32 points on just 14 field goal attempts. That's some pretty good efficiency. Baylor leads at 58-41. Southern has the basketball to start the fourth quarter. We'll give you the lineups reset in just a moment here. It is Hurston with it for the Jaguars. Fakes a pass, drives inside, gets Nelms a bit off her feet, but Nelms still stays with her defensively, so she kicks it back outside. And now with 9 on the shot clock, it's Edwards driving inside, a bit off balance, leaves the driving runner short. Nelms with the rebound. And here's Jana Van Geitenbeek. Van Geitenbeek with 9 assists is 1 away from reaching double figures in assists for the third time this season. Here is Yuting Dunn, high on the right side with it. Dunn harassed defensively. Kicks it out to Van Geitenbeek with 12 seconds to shoot. Bella takes the feed, turns, faces the basket, misses the three. Offensive rebound. Nelms at a pretty back flipper over her head and in, and she's got 15 points on 6 of 6 shooting. Well, she was in front of the basket, back to the basket, just flipped it over her head and floated it in. Minute gone, fourth quarter. Here's Southern the other way. It is Edwards driving inside, nearly stripped, manages to save the possession, bounces down low to a driving Tate for the layup. She circled behind the defense and finished to cut the Baylor lead back to 17. Van Geitenbeek races across midcourt. Her defender, Kiana Wilson, cut off by a Nelms screen, and as Jana sends it back out to Buggs, she is fouled. A blocking foul is going to go against Southern, and it will stay with Baylor. Demaya Porter returns for Southern in place of Hurston, so it's Porter, Dixon, Edwards, Wilson, and Tate for Southern. For the Bears, Buggs, who will play it in out there with Van Geitenbeek, Dunn, Nelms, and Fauntleroy. Inbound to Dunn, lets a three fly. Oh, it's so pretty when she knocks those down. Let it fly, a high arcing shot that floated in for the Bears. Dunn has 9 points, matching her total against Texas on Sunday, and the Baylor lead is up to 20 now for the first time at 63-43.
Jana's got her 10th assist on that one.
Well, she is 5 points away from a double-double.
Yeah, it's a great way to get your 10th assist, and that is by firing the ball to Yuting Dunn for that three.
Dixon at the other end with a chance for a three-point play as she dribbled inside, absorbed some contact from Yuting Dunn. That is Dunn's second and Baylor's first of the fourth quarter. Yeah, Jano with three of her last 4 games, double-digit assists. Let me verify that. And she didn't have a bad game assist-wise against Texas either, with 7 assists against the Longhorns, already top 10 in the nation in assists per game, and that is only going up here.
Yeah, that's her 3rd game this season. She had 12 for Southeastern Louisiana, then a career-high 13 against Alabama State.
Bella had a 3 go in and out, but Buggs with the rebound and the layup, counted and put her on the line. Dariana Littlepage. Buggs now with 11 points and 9 boards, 1 rebound away from a double-double. So it's actually 3 of the last 5 games, I beg your pardon now, that Jana has reached double-digit assists. Buggs, 11 points, 9 rebounds for the Bears. A couple of assists as well. Free throw is up. That's too strong. Well, Baylor just 7 of 18 from the free throw line today. That's a blemish. This could be about a 25-point game here. Baylor was a little bit better. Now, foul, by the way, was on Porter a moment ago. As Southern, with 15 seconds to shoot and 7.5 to play in this one, has possession. Dixon to Tate in the corner. Tate fires it back outside. They're going to go around the horn. Edwards unloads a 3, too strong. Rebound tipped around, and they had a player lurking near midcourt. That's Wilson. The ball got tipped out there, so she chased it down to give them. She was actually, don't even say she chased it down. She just had it bounce right to her. Here is Edwards driving around Fauntleroy. Shot putting up a runner in the lane and getting it to fall. 17-point Baylor lead, 65-48. Van Geitenbeek races into the front court, fires inside to Nelms, has it knocked away. It'll stay with the Bears as they send it out of bounds here with 22 seconds to shoot and 7:03 to play. Reed returns for the Jaguars. Van Geitenbeek, 10 assists tonight. 4 turnovers, but I think 3 of those came in the first quarter, so since then much better. Inbound to Buggs, can't clear a shot, nearly has it stripped. Hugs onto the basketball to maintain the possession for the Bears. Now Van Geitenbeek has it high on the left side. Around a Nelms screen, not a lot of room. Sends it to Bella. Bella bounces down low to Nelms. Oh, got loose, had her shot blocked on the way up. She was stripped. And here comes Tate with it. Tate weaving into the front court, picks up the dribble, fires it to Reed, sings it inside. Her pass post knocked away, stolen by Buggs. Into the front court, she slows it down and flips it back to Fauntleroy. Bella puts it on the floor, lobs it back to Jana. 20 seconds to shoot, 6.5 to play in this one. Van Geitenbeek bounces to Buggs, has it knocked away, gets it back, drives inside, lost it again.
Goodness.
Out of bounds to Southern. Boy, fans, I was screened out there by Coach Nikki and Coach Tony, Lori, but you were not okay.
And I would agree with Buggs there. I think that's a foul.
Well, no whistle. Will stay with the Bears. Well, let's see. Maybe they'll play a run of good inbounds baseline play, and Van Geitenbeek can get another assist out of it. Jana looking, directing traffic, having some trouble. Oh, and just before she fed it to Nelms, a 5-second violation is the call. Now played with fire a little bit there and couldn't quite get it in time. Nelms will get a breather. Career high 15 points on 6 of 7 shooting. As Abraham returns for her, Markayla Johnson back in for Bella. Wow, they have 34 points on a combined 13 of 18 shooting, do Bella and Nelms this evening. Really, free throws and too many first quarter turnovers. The blemishes on the otherwise really solid game tonight for the Bears without their leading scorer, Talia Scott. Here's Cunningham throwing a pass in the post that's off the fingertips of Porter. Stolen by Van Geitenbeek. 6 minutes to go. Jana scoops it out to Dunn. Circles to the free throw line. Here's a kick out right side. Buggs dribbles it off her foot, and that's a steal for Reed. Reed waits for numbers back into the front court. Goes back to Tate, and she bounces it across to Lagway, who's in. Lagway wants to drive. Zings it outside. Here's a 3 that falls for Reed. Reed had enough room to let it fly, and that she did to cut the Baylor lead to 14. It's been as many as 21. It's been as many as 20 tonight. But Southern has cut it to 14. Van Geitenbeek tries to change that, but she misses the 3 off the dribble. Rebound batted around out of bounds to the Bears. A fresh 20 with 5:26 to go. Lord, here's an important stretch here. Southern has shaved 6 points off the Baylor lead. Really, a bucket or 2 here, and you really have a chance to kind of put them in a world of hurt the rest of the way. But as Southern calls a timeout, which we will take as well, if you allow Southern to put a little run together, all of a sudden they feel like they've got a game here in the final 5.5 minutes.
There are 4 of their last 5 shots, including those last 2, the Edwards 2 and the Reed 3. And Baylor's just hasn't been able to find the shot after scoring the first 7 points of this fourth quarter. So, you got to give those points away. You let them shave that back in half. And got to keep the pedal to the metal, right?
Yep, that's what they'll try to do out of the timeout. The 2025-26 women's basketball season is presented by Central National Bank, proudly serving Central Texans in Waco, Temple, and Austin. Think different, think Central. Central National Bank. Baylor by 14 with 5.5 to go here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Back here at Foster Pavilion, where the Bears lead 65-51 with 5 minutes and 26 seconds remaining. This was a game that was close late in the first half before the Bears closed with a mini run to take a 10-point lead into halftime. Baylor is led by as many as 21, but right now, Lori, as you mentioned, Southern has hit 4 of their last 5 field goals. They've made it a 14-point game. Still really good spot for Baylor to be in, but it's kind of that teetering point where you think, is Southern really got to hang around, or can you put them away? All the better to try to put them away early rather than late.
Sure, you don't want to play 35 minutes. You want to play a full 40 minutes. So refocus over the last 5 minutes and 26 seconds and see if you can continue to extend that lead, get it back to where you want it to be, and not, past 20. I think that's certainly a reasonable goal. The way that Baylor has shot the 3 ball. Now, again, free throws have just been abysmal today, shooting 38% on 7 of 18 free throws. That's just uncharacteristic for a team that shoots 73%. Otherwise, this lead could be approaching 30.
Well, I think free throws and the 11 first-half turnovers are the blemishes on the box score. Everything else has been pretty solid for the Bears, who are hitting 47% of their shots. Inbounds from Van Geitenbeek to Dunn, misses the pull-up jumper. Rebound chased around and knocked out of bounds. It'll remain Baylor's basketball with 5:21 to play. A lot of rebounds just fought for here. I'll tell you, this is a scrappy Southern team. They won an NCAA tournament game last year and were picked to win the SWAC this year, and they have 2 Big 12 wins to their credit. They're a tough team, but Baylor has overall played pretty well tonight without their leading scorer, Talia Scott. Here is Dunn, catch and shoot, short on the 3. Rebound, offensive rebound, nearly grabbed by the Bears. Can they hold on to it? No, they cannot. Dunn chased it down along the sideline and just couldn't grab it. And Coach Dickey's immediately going to send Kaylin Elms, her best game as a Bear, 15 points and 5 rebounds. She will return with 5:08 to go.
Well, you absolutely have to secure those rebounds. You just got to get your hands about it and secure it. I mean, just gave up a second chance opportunity. Oh.
There is Lagway feeding Porter, mid-post, left side. Porter's going to fire a mid-range jumper over Nelms and hit to cut the Baylor lead to 12, 65-53. Here's Jenna Van Geitenbeek, who has played the entirety of this game. Driving inside, zinging it in the corner to Markayla Johnson back in. Buggs sets the screen as Jana takes the feed back, pulls up for mid-range jumper. That's way off the mark. Buggs with the offensive rebound, though, and the putback is good.
Buggs has a rebound, number 10 for her 6th double-double of the season, and that stops a run of 7 points.
And now Southern turns it over in the front court. Markayla Johnson has the steal and then throws it away. She
just don't have to move that fast.
No, Van Geitenbeek would have to be about 12 feet tall to grab that one. Yuting Dunn will exit, and Bella Fauntleroy with a game-high 19 points will return. Baylor playing defensively with Markayla Johnson, Van Geitenbeek, Fauntleroy, Buggs, and Nelms. Here is Porter trying another mid-range jumper and hitting. That cuts the Baylor lead to 12 again. We're under 4 minutes to go. It's a 67-55 Baylor lead. Jana has the ball knocked away, but then Buggs chases it back down. Loose on the floor. She picks it up, gives it to Van Geitenbeek. All sorts of contact as Baylor races into the front court. A frenzied possession here on both sides. As now Van Geitenbeek slows it down, tries to feed it in the post to Nelms. That was ill-advised, and it's stolen by Lagway. Lagway into the front court. Oh, a blocking foul is called on Jana Van Geitenbeek. There was contact. That was a late whistle, but Van Geitenbeek hit with the foul, her 3rd. Team's 2nd with 3.5 to go. I believe that was a shooting foul.
Late whistle.
That was. What did they call that? A
Jana was backing up and actually got her hands on the basketball and forced an extra step. Huh.
No.
Well, all right.
They're going to play it in. They're going to play it in from the baseline, Southern is, with 3.5 to go. Tate to play it in, looking for Reed. Instead, she's going to lob it to Porter. Porter scored their last 4 points. She tries a free throw line jumper that's blocked by Nelms, and then the rebound saved by Bella. Here come the Bears up by 12, 3:20 to go. Van Geitenbeek slows it down a bit. Here's a pass to Markayla Johnson. Thought about a three, thought better of it. Now looking for a teammate, has to unload it and does to Bugs. Bugs with her 6th double-double of the night has the ball knocked away. She chases it back down, lobs it to Nelms, 10 to shoot. She fires it in the post to Markayla Johnson for the layup.
Well, you know what? Nelms is so heady that before that ball got to her, she knew exactly what she was going to do to it as she saw Markayla bust down the middle of the lane. What a pass.
That is. Nice job by Nelms here tonight off the bench for the Bears. Baylor is up by 14 again. Porter has it for Southern with 2:40 to play. Porter with a kick out to Tate. Passed up a three, drives inside, got in close, swings the elbows, forces up a mid-range shot that's no good. Bella collects another rebound, and now Baylor with a bucket here could really put Southern in a world of hurt with 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. Van Geitenbeek around an Elm screen, steps back, unloads a 3-0 in and out. Another offensive rebound grabbed by Bugs. It's knocked out of her hands, but she's fouled. Pulled down here by the Jaguars. That's Jocelyn Tate. Hit with her 2nd foul, and that will be the 3rd on the Jaguars. And boy, what a night Darian Littlepage Bugs has had. 13 points, 12 rebounds. You know, I think you look at her, Nelms, and Bella, they have all stepped up in a big way tonight.
I think as Coach Nikki says, Bugs never takes the night off. She is the Energizer Bunny out there, always crashing the boards.
And now Bella popped in the face here on the inbounds, and that's a foul against Dixon. That's Destiny Dixon's, well, let's see, are they calling that on? Yeah, they are Dixon. That's her 4th. The team's 4th. And now Van Geitenbeek will play it again. And now another foul as Bella tries to retreat to the three-point arc. I think that's Dixon again, and if so, that's 5 on her. That is 5 on her. Okay, that is Edwards' 5th foul. So she and Dixon both had a bigger part. That is Edwards with the foul, her 5th, and the 5th on Southern. Well, no, I guess they're saying that's 4 on Edwards. I beg your pardon. I think there was some confusion there as Bella goes to the free throw line. Baylor has struggled at the line today. It's 7 of 18. This is a Baylor team that's shooting 74%. Again, a lot of things have gone well tonight for the Bears, but free throws not one, although Bella bounces the first in, and she's got one more coming. That pushes the lead to 15. It's 70-55. As she's got one more coming. And that's good. She's 4 of 7 this evening. 4 of 7 from the line. Baylor is 9 of 20 from the stripe as Nelms gets a 5 from Coach Nikki as she heads back to the bench, and Kyla Abraham returns for the Bears. 2:12 to play. The Bears are up by 16, 71-55. Here's a tough shot in the paint by Dixon that rolls in. She just bounced up in a crowd and rolled it over the front of the rim. Under 2 minutes to go, the Baylor lead is 14. Markayla Johnson outside to Van Geitenbeek. Van Geitenbeek to the middle of the floor. Guarded by Reed, gets around her, trying to drain some clock and find a good shot here. Again, a 14-point Baylor at cushion with 10 seconds to shoot and a minute 42 to play. 100 seconds to go now in this one. Van Geitenbeek with 5 to shoot. Fires a fastball to Abraham, leans inside, and she'll go to the free throw line. A blocking foul is called, and that is Michaela Cunningham. And that is going to send Cunningham's first, and that's going to send Abraham to the line. Well, Abraham, 11 of 22 from the stripe this year. She was 2 for 2 against Texas. Couple of dribbles. She spins the basketball. The shot is up, and it's good.
There you go, Abraham. That's a
what we need. We need Kyla Abraham to calm it down at the free throw line for the team, right? Well, Abraham hits the first and the second, showing the team how it's done here at the free throw line.
And that's 4 straight free throws.
There
for
we
Baylor.
go. How about
that's
that? Kyla
much
Abraham,
better.
2 for 2. Baylor is up by 16, 73-57, a minute and a half to go. Cunningham with it, gives it to Reed. Reed scoops it back out to Cunningham as we're down to a minute 20 remaining. Nearly a strip by the Bears, but Reed holds on to it, gives it outside to Cunningham, puts up a wild shot in the paint, no good. Rebound tipped around, there's a battle for it, it's loose on the floor. Van Geitenbeek comes away with it. Coach Nicky puts the palms out to slow it down here as Jana is double teamed, is able to save the possession, gets it to Buggs, and now gets it back from Bella Fauntleroy. 1 minute remaining in this ballgame. Baylor by 16 points, and Cunningham, too much aggression on the defensive end, is called for the body.
Boy, you know, Jana usually just has the smile on her face. That time I think she was a little annoyed.
Yeah, I think Cunningham was getting away with some stuff there. They finally called it. Buggs will exit. She's picked up her 6th double-double of the evening. As Kira Pemberton checks back in. A point off the bench for the Bears in the first half, and now she'll spell Bella Fauntleroy, who will finish the night with 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. A really nice evening of work for Bella Fauntleroy as she and a number of players have stepped up in the absence of Talia Scott tonight. First free throw good by Van Geitenbeek. And she'll have one more coming. Jana, nice night tonight, 6 points. And now 7 to go along with 10 rebounds and 4 assists.
Now, after hardly being able to make free throws, Baylor's knocking him down the stretch. And when he really, you know, that's crunch time, even though they've got a big lead. Those are important. That's when you want to be able to focus on the last 5 minutes, and Baylor's done so.
Baylor is led by as many as 20 tonight. The lead is 18 with under a minute to go. 20 seconds between the clocks. Reed has got to launch a 3. I tell you what, that is a shot-put shot that she could hit.
Yeah, and Coach Nicky was saying you got to get out there on the shooter. Remember to recognize who that is.
Well, she hit that one. She has 11 points to lead the Jaguars tonight. And it's a 15-point Baylor lead with 46.8 seconds to go. 16.8 seconds between the clocks. They had to reset. Oh, they reset the clock to 48 seconds, I beg your pardon. So now 18 seconds between the clocks. But likely the last possession, Baylor really looks at the bucket as Jana is double teamed near midcourt. Crosses over on the dribble, gets downhill, kicks it out to Johnson. In the corner to Dunn, fakes a 3, drives inside, puts up a tough runner and got it to fall. Hit the front of the rim and fell through. Yuting Dunn becomes the 4th Bear in double figures as we're down to 29 seconds remaining. The Baylor lead is 17. Harrison blocked by Kyla Abraham in close. Baylor this evening, by the way, has quietly picked up another good block total, 6 of them this evening. Baylor leads the Big 12 and is 3rd in the nation with just under 8 block shots per game. 24 seconds left, and now a whistle as Southern looks to inbounds, and this is going back. Oh, it's a timeout called by Southern. You can't take the timeouts with you, and they've called all but one of them here this evening with 24 seconds to go. Well, you know, Lori, this game wasn't perfect, and I think you could look at the box score and say, oh, Baylor, you know, they let Southern hang around at times, but I think this is a Southern team that has a couple of Big 12 wins. They played a tough schedule, a tournament team last year. Baylor, without Talia Scott tonight, has figured it out. They had a flurry of early turnovers. They calmed that down after the first quarter. You take away the struggles at the free throw line, and I think you've got a pretty solid Baylor win tonight.
Considering, you know, what you're playing with, you're playing completely differently. But I think Baylor adjusted and outscored Southern by 7 in the second quarter, and then again by 7 in the third quarter to be able to extend that lead.
24 seconds to play. Southern plays it in out of the timeout. Dixon zings it outside to Reed, who's been their best offensive weapon tonight. She wants a 3 but can't clear it. Cunningham takes the feed. Cunningham will let a 3 fly. No. Abraham with the rebound, and that's going to do it. The shot clock is dark. We're down to 10 seconds left. Van Geitenbeek just brings it across midcourt and will dribble the clock away as the Bears pick up a win in their last non-conference game of the regular season. As Coach Nicky accidentally bops Michael Mata in the face, trying to call him over.
We need to get the officials to take a look.
Monitor, yeah. She was calling Michael over and bopped him in the face. They laugh. It's all good. Baylor, 77-60 winners tonight. Big 12 play looms on Sunday. The Bears finish the non-conference season with a number 15 national ranking, an 11-2 record following a 77-60 win over Southern this evening. First Central Credit Union postgame show is next. We'll hear from Coach Nikki and Dariana Littlepage Buggs, who picked up a double-double this evening as the Bears defeat Southern here on this Thursday night on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Fox Sports Radio, 93.9 K230 CK and KRMX HD3 Waco.
Do you want to earn points while cheering on your favorite Baylor teams? Join Baylor Bold Rewards. Track your attendance on the Baylor Sports app across athletic events and earn points towards prizes and experiences. Download the Baylor Sports app or register online today at BaylorBoldRewards.com and start earning your points today.
Today we have two very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So it could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop-hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Bluebonnet Health Services has been caring for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet is locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. With the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. Never deposit someone else's money into your bank account. Scammers will send you money or overpay you and then ask you to refund a portion of the money back to them. This is a scam.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
This has been live coverage of Baylor women's basketball. Now, it's time for the First Central Credit Union post-game show. Brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, championship partner of Baylor Athletics. Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance online to find a local agent today. Central National Bank, proud season sponsor of Baylor women's basketball. Nissan, innovation that excites. Libman, America's trusted brand name in cleaning. Premier ER and Urgent Care. Feel better now. Stay tuned as we break down the game. Listen to highlights, talk with Coach Colin, players, and more. All coming up on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
For the final tune-up before conference play begins on Sunday, and this one goes the Bears' way, 77-60, the final score against a good Southern team that had two Big 12 wins to their credit this year, but they would not pick up a third tonight as the Bears win this one by 17. They led as many as 20 efficient, strong scoring outbursts tonight from Bella Fauntleroy, she scored 21 points. You have Buggs a double-double, 13 points, 12 rebounds. Kayla Elms a career-high 15 points, and Yu-Ting Dunn with 11 points off the bench. We're going to hear from Dariana Littlepage Buggs here in just a moment. In fact, I think she is headed this way. 13 points, 12 rebounds tonight for Buggs as she joins us here on the post-game show. And Bucks, appreciate you being with us here tonight. You know, Southern is a scrappy team. They played well, but you all really absorbed a lot of what they threw at you and really just kind of slowly put them away this evening. And how were y'all, what was your approach tonight without Talia Scott? You kind of had to adjust, and I think players had to step up, and they did.
I think that's how you say it. They had to adjust. I think it's just a focus. We knew Southern was good when they came in here. They've had some really big wins, especially in the Big 12. So we knew it wasn't going to be an easy game, but I think that we were just learning. We're learning to be tough, so that's what we have to do. And when they hit us, now we want to throw the first punch, but when they hit us, we got to hit them back. And just build off that. And we just have to keep our composure. And like you said, like people have to step up. I know I talk to Markayla a lot. She's frustrated, but I'm like, this is good for you because you got to step up and you grow from this. So.
Well, one player who probably not frustrated tonight, Kaylin Nelms, a career-high 15 points. She had 5 rebounds, a block shot, a couple of assists. We've all known she's got talent, but she's really been putting it together this last month in particular. What have you seen in the growth from her?
Just her 1-2. Like, when she gets on the court, we know what she can do, but just her willingly to actually go just score and be her and do what she does. I mean, she brings a lot. Like, when Kayla gets in the game, I know I have somebody that has my back and somebody that's going to go hard. So, honestly, it's just for her putting it into play and just, like you said, stepping up, too. Like, Talia's gone. We need everybody. We need everything that you have.
Yeah, Bella Fauntleroy really stepped it up today. And I think you had 2 assists, and they may have been both to her. But Bella just with a really efficient game. Great offensively, great defensively.
Yes, no, Bella's we call her our defensive captain. So we do that for a reason. She helps us on defense. She talks a lot. She's smart. And just often she gets it done. She shoots. She can go score. I know there's a couple plays where she used her strength, and I'm taking it to the basket. So we love that for Bella. I'm so happy she did really good tonight, and she's got to continue.
Well, she had those sweet shots from the 3 as well. I know that sometimes it's just nice seeing the ball go through the basket.
Yes.
Is that right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
We get a video feed here, Bugs, of the media room. Caitlin Nelms getting to sit at the table for the first time. She looks a little nervous. You might have to go in there and Bella can coach her up, though, too.
Yeah.
I'm sure. You've been up there many times in your career here.
Definitely going to have to ask her about it and, ask Bella what was said. So, no, this is awesome. I love seeing Kayla up there, and I hope she feels the love, too. Just the stuff she puts in, like, we can put it into play. We need her, and just for her to step up and do this every night for us.
You look, Big 12 play begins. You're a veteran. You've played in more Big 12 games than anyone. You and Bella certainly on this team. And so I'm curious, for the players who haven't been part of this, what would you want them to know about the way things kind of pick up as we move forward?
It just gets more intense here. I think Texas was a good start for us. It just shows a little bit of what we're about to hit. Like, teams are going to scheme a lot more. It's not going to be 30, 40-point game wins. It's going to be war every day. And I think that's one thing that we have to really hone in on, and people are going to know your scout, like, down. Like, they're going to know who you are, what you do, what you don't do. So just a focus of, like, it's war from here on out, and we have to really focus on the details. The stuff that we haven't been doing so good at, we have to really pick up on it and do better, because that'll get us in Big 12 play. So.
Well, we'll look forward to that. In the meantime, Merry Christmas to you. Hope you have a Big 12 win under your belt before Christmas break officially gets here for the team.
Thank you. Merry Christmas to you guys, too.
Thank you so much. Dariana Little-Page Bugs, her 6th double-double of the season. She finished with 13 points and 12 rebounds tonight in Baylor's 77-60 victory over Southern this evening. And now some autograph seekers have taken advantage of the opportunity to visit with her forebears in double figures tonight as we continue on the First Central Credit Union postgame show. First Central Credit Union, everything we do for you. We'll talk to Coach Nikki here in just a moment, get her thoughts on Baylor's win tonight. And Lori, Baylor did have to adjust this evening. Talia Scott, you're talking about a player who averages 23 points, takes so many shots and is efficient in taking those shots. So not only do you have to replace those shots and those points, but you want efficiency when you do so. And I think that was part of the thing that you saw so well tonight from Bella, from Nelms. Again, a combined 13 of 18 from the field. As Coach Nikki makes her way over, her post-game comments are brought to you, as always, by Alliance Bank. Alliance Bank. It's your bank. Well, Coach Nikki, you talked about before the game with no Talia Scott, it wasn't going to be just one player stepping up. And I think, boy, you look up and down the box score, looks like almost everyone did a little bit more than what they normally do. But I got to ask you about the job, obviously, that Bella and Nelms did. Not just the points, combined 36, but really did so efficiently on a combined 17 shots.
Yeah, I thought, I thought Bella took good shots. And I thought, Kayla has always had offensive ability. There's never been a question of she has good leverage in the post. She knows how to use angles. I was mad at the shot she missed because she had really deep position and got her shot blocked, When you look down, she's 6 for 7, and I'm like, dang, why'd you miss that one? but I think she has the inside-outside game. She's a better passer out there than a lot of centers. It's been her motor. It's been, is she in good enough shape, and is she going to defend? That's always been the question mark. Like, it's never been a question mark of talent. It's never been skill. It's always been a combination of fitness, getting up and down the floor, and her ability to play defense the way that we play defense. And sometimes when, I may have gone to her third, but we weren't getting a ton of defense out of the two that we normally play for defense. And so, it was time to say, okay, like if we're not getting defensive, a presence and rebounding from, our typical fives, then here's your opportunity. And I thought she seized the opportunity. She got some offensive rebounds. She was tipping and playing with the ball around. So, I just think she gives us a different dimension, offensively in particular.
After the game against Texas, you got to respond. You got to respond against a good Southern team. They won a tournament game last year, and they kind of play a frantic style. You're shorthanded. How did you feel like the team responded to whether it's the challenges the last few days or the challenges that they faced early in this game, just their resiliency, I guess?
Yeah, I think that the challenge was the type of team we were getting ready to face, a team that was going to pressure the ball. While their press didn't look like Texas, they were always there. Jana didn't just get to, walk the ball up the court. She's always had somebody on her hip. And because they play so many players, typically, they tend to keep people fresh on the ball. And they made a concerted effort. I could hear them saying, find her on every possession, because we didn't have a second ball handler, and I think that's something in a way that Markayla has to grow. We need, when Talia's not playing or when Talia's in and Jana's out, we need a confident second ball handler. And, that can get us into stuff. And I wasn't asking Markayla to run a bunch of plays, but can get us in a drag screen, can get us in fist, or can just advance the ball. And so, I wasn't pleased with some of our turnovers. I thought we were better until we got a little frantic late and tried to do too much, and once again, it goes back to manipulating the time and the score. Manipulate the time and the score. You're under 5 minutes, you're up 15. You don't need to take a quick shot, you can massage the ball, and we're going to get some of the shots we took. I felt like we were going to get late, you look at that very last Horns possession we had, and Jana's not someone that wants to hang on to the ball forever. But in those situations, it's you got to be that girl. You got to be the one, and you only give it up if they W. But, I thought she took a three in Horns, and she took it 10 seconds into the shot clock. That's the shot you take with 8 seconds, not 20 seconds left on the shot clock. And so getting her to understand that, and she did it late. She threw it to Kyla on the roll, who got fouled, under 5 seconds, and that's how you, shrink possessions. You don't have to play defense as long. And so, we've got to obviously make free throws and rebound better. The numbers look better that it was 45-31, but we gave up too many offensive rebounds. We had too many opportunities where steals were there, where defensive rebounds were there, and we're going up with one hand and we're tipping in a crowd. And we have to be better. And we work on it every day. For everyone listening, we're challenging them. We chart rebounding every single day. We challenge them at halftime. You have one, you have but we have to go get, Bugs is a go-get kid. We got kids that need to be box-out kids, and we got kids that are go-getters. But you got to go get it. And every once in a while, Bugs will give one up. But it's not because she's not rebounding. It's because she goes to rebound, the ball goes over her head, and those are the ones I can live with. It's us not checking people or not being in the mix because we're standing at the arc watching and hoping that our teammate goes and rebounds.
Well, Coach, you've got Big 12 play beginning on Sunday with Texas Tech coming into the Foster Pavilion. And Derek, you asked the question of Bugs, who was on with us here at the end of the game, Coach. And what do you want the newer players to know about what happens when Big 12 play begins? It's up a notch or two.
It goes up a notch, and honestly, Texas Tech is really good. They're 13-0 for a reason. It's not because of their schedule. They could, I don't know what their strength of schedule is. I can just tell you they passed the eye test. They compete. They're going to press as much as they can press. I think they can legit go 8 or 9 deep. They can go big at the 5. They can go super small and super athletic at the 4 and 5. And so they bring different things at you. Maupin's having an elite year, really efficient. Obviously, our fans know Danae Fritz. And, you know, they finally have a point guard. Honestly, for the last 3 years, they've been point guard by committee and played kids out of position at the point. Can Maupin play the point? Yes, she can. But, like, she's a 2 guard. And putting her in space and playing her into back screens where she can use her athleticism and getting her off the ball for shots. So their transfer that they got, the Spanish guard, is just runs their team. She just does a good job. She's similar to Jana in terms of her ability to just, you know, run the team. She doesn't take tons and tons of shots, but she'll stick a shot. Collins was a huge pickup for them. Off the bench, 4 years at Ole Miss, and so, you know, I think they've got a lot of really good pieces, and they're super confident. So they're going to come in here really, really confident because they haven't lost. They don't know what losing feels like, and you know, they're going to punch, and we're going to have to punch back, you know, and not like a real punch.
Right. Yeah. So this is metaphorical here.
Yeah.
Yes. As we get ready for Big 12 play. Well, Coach Nikki, congratulations on the win tonight. You finished the non-conference season 11-2, number 15 in the nation, and now turn the page to Big 12 play. Look forward to talking to you then.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bears head coach Nikki Collin with her post-game comments. A 77-60 Baylor win this evening over Southern at Foster Pavilion. We'll take a timeout and come back with more of the First Central Credit Union post-game show right after this. You're on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
It's the wrap-up the year sales event at Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Waco. Drive the stunning 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L with 0% financing for 60 months, or save $4,500 in combined bonus cash, plus $1,000 in select inventory cash. And right now, enjoy no payments for 90 days. Just sign and drive into the new year. These deals end soon, so hurry into Allen Samuels in Waco today.
Come by. Let's be friends.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. With the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. Don't click on links in emails and text messages. Scammers send emails and texts that look real, saying there's a problem with your account or your order. Don't click. Don't do it, ever. Instead, go directly to the company's website and log in there.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
Come see why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green alongside her dedicated optometrist and staff. Receive trustworthy insights on your eye health. Enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes and face with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics. Serving Texas since 2007, Magnolia Realty is a full-service brokerage led by expert industry knowledge and a commitment to community. With kindness and integrity at the forefront, every agent is equipped to help you navigate the market and make the real estate journey your own. Whether buying or selling, feel supported with an award-winning agent at your side from first offer to contract and close. Magnolia Realty serves cities including Waco, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Temple. Learn more at Magnolia Realty.
We're just coming right on this break right here.
You're listening to Baylor
We'll do the next one.
on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
First Central Credit Union postgame show. First Central Credit Union, everything we do for you. The Bears, 15 in the nation, with after coming into the game already 15th in the nation. They pick up the win today, 77-60 over Southern, to improve to 11-2 on the season. Let's take a look at the stats in this one. First team numbers, Baylor 47% from the field, and they hold Southern to 35%. Baylor 28 of 60. Another good assist to made shot ratio. Baylor with 20 assists on 28 made field goals. Southern 7 assists on their 22. Baylor held them to just 3 of 13 beyond the arc, and really just one three-pointer in the meat of the game. They scored a couple late after it was already out of hand. Baylor 33%, 8 of 24 from beyond the arc. Free throws, both teams hit 13 free throws, but Southern did it in 14 shots. Baylor did it in 24, although Baylor was better in the second half, 7 of 9 Rebounds, Baylor 45, Southern 31, but as you heard Coach Nicky still wasn't happy. Southern had 14 offensive rebounds. Baylor had 18 and had a 13-4 edge on the second chance point tally, but still an area Baylor needs to do better. Southern had 3 players in double figures. Jaylee Reed led them with 11 points. She hit 3 of her 6 3-pointers. After that, 10 points apiece for Demaya Porter and for Jestany Dixon. 6 points for Zaria Hurston. No one else had more than 4. For the Bears, 4 in double figures with Bella Fauntleroy leading the way. 21 points on 7 of 11 shooting, 3 of 6 beyond the arc. Really stuffed the stat sheet tonight. She had 7 rebounds and 4 assists for the Bears, in addition to 2 block shots, which tied for the team lead with Kayla Nelms, who had a career game. A career high 15 points on 6 of 7 shooting, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 block shots. Easily her best game as a Bear. Baylor playing in the absence of Talia Scott tonight, and they all really stepped up tonight without her. Bugs, 13 points, 12 rebounds, her 6th double-double of the year. 5 of those 12 rebounds were on the offensive glass. She had 2 assists and a blocked shot as well. And then the other Bear in double figures was Yu-Ting Dunn, 11 points off the bench, 4 of 9 shooting, 3 rebounds and 2 assists to go along with a blocked shot. Markayla Johnson, her first career start, took 11 shots, hit and missed tonight, 0 of 4 from downtown. She was 3 of 7 from inside the arc and finished with 7 points and a rebound. After that, also 7 points for Jana Van Geitenbeek. 10 assists. She's now reached double-digit assists in 3 of her last 5 games. She also had 4 rebounds. After that, for the Bears, 2 points for Kyla Abraham to go along with 4 rebounds and a block shot. Kira Pemberton with 1 point off the bench this evening in 3 minutes of play. Kirsten Johnson, a quiet night, 2 rebounds. In 10 minutes. She dealt with foul trouble tonight, and the Bears got really effective play from the other post players, so just didn't go back to her as much. And it all adds up to a 77-60 Baylor win this evening. This is the First Central Credit Union post-game show. We are brought to you by Rudy's, a proud sponsor of Baylor Athletics. Be sure to stop by your local Rudy's or Rudy's.com or some real Texas barbecue. Enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, delicious sides, and Rudy's signature sauce. Don't forget, Rudy's serves breakfast tacos every day until 10 a.m. Take a quick look at other games taking place and get you ready for Big 12 play when we come back. 77-60 the final. The Bears win tonight over Southern to conclude non-conference play at 11-2. Back with more after this here on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Bluebonnet Health Service for Central Texans since 2004. Bluebonnet, locally owned and operated, which allows them the most interaction with patients each and every day, promoting compassionate care and integrity. They provide hands-on attention to their patients through a staff with years of experience. Bluebonnet Health Services provides home health care, supportive care, and hospice. Remember, it's your health, your choice. Ask your doctor for Bluebonnet Health Services.
Everything we do for you. Slam dunk benefits at First Central Credit Union. Tip off with free checking that pays cash, less fees, great rates, quick local loans, easy online applications, a free mobile app, secure remote control cards, 24/7 deposits, and more services at our ATMs, and a free new member t-shirt. Join today at firstcentralcu.com. We're your team. Everything we do for you.
Eligibility and application requirements apply. Member NCUA.
Want to be the energy our Bears need? Go gold with Baylor Athletics this season and be the gold factor across each of our sports. Wear exclusive Go Gold apparel from the Baylor Bookstore and the Spirit Shop at upcoming Go Gold dates. Stay up to date on all your golden opportunities to create an electric home atmosphere by visiting BaylorBears.com/Go Gold. Sic 'em Bears.
Today we have 2 very special guests on our program, introducing Lem and Lime.
Hello.
For Starry Lemon Lime Soda.
Thanks for having us.
What is Starry Lemon Lime Soda?
It's a crisp, clear burst of lemon lime flavor, and it's caffeine-free.
Between us, one of you must be a little more important to Starry than the other. Who is it?
We're both important.
So we could just as easily be Starry Lime Lemon Soda.
No, that doesn't sound right.
Oh, I like it.
So you saying hip-hop could be hop hip?
Works for me.
Starry Lemon Lime Soda. Starry hits different.
Hi, Jan from Toyota here to let you know that Toyotathon is on. And what better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota, like RAV4, Grand Highlander, and Corolla Cross. But to really get in the spirit, let's sing about it. So without further ado, driving through the snow in a new RAV4, hooray! To the slopes we go in a Highlander for a ski day. A Camry to get hot cocoa, tubing with a Tundra makes the kids go loco. Oh, what fun it is to make holiday wishes come true. Toyotathon, Toyotathon, Toyotathon is on. Oh, what fun it is to drive a new Toyota today. Hey!
Dealer inventory may vary. Current offers on these vehicles end December 1st. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 5th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places. During Toyotathon, qualified buyers can get 2.99% APR financing for 72 months on a rugged new 2026 Tundra. Offer available in select states only.
When you strive for greatness, you have a target on your back. And when it comes to finances, we're all targets for scammers. With the right game plan, you can protect yourself. Don't get faked by fraud.
Here's a tip. No reputable company or government agency will ever ask you to pay them with gift cards, Bitcoin, or a person-to-person payment app. Scammers use these options because the money can't be traced. Just don't do it.
This message is brought to you by Central National Bank.
See for yourself why Green Eye Associates is voted best in Waco year after year. Enjoy exceptional service and care from Dr. Leanne Green, along with her dedicated optometrists and staff. Receive trustworthy insights about your eye health, enjoy the impressive variety of contacts and eyewear, and work with the most experienced optical team in Waco. Don't miss the new state-of-the-art dry eye therapies that rejuvenate the eyes, face, and neck areas with safe, non-invasive treatments to restore comfort and quality of life. Visit greeneyeassociates.com. Green Eye Associates, official optometrist of Baylor Athletics.
You're listening to Baylor Women's Basketball on the Baylor Sports Media Network.
Welcome back to Foster Pavilion on the First Central Credit Union post-game show. First Central Credit Union, everything we do for you. Baylor wins tonight 77-60 over Southern as the Bears get ready for Big 12 play that opens up this weekend. For the Bears, they will welcome Texas Tech at 3 p.m. on Sunday here in the Farrell Center. Big 12 play actually begins on Saturday with a couple of games. BYU at UCF and number 9 TCU hosting K-State. 90 minutes up the road in Fort Worth. On Sunday, 5 games, including Baylor's. Kansas will be at number 10 Iowa State. West Virginia will host Houston. Oklahoma State on the road at Cincinnati. And Arizona State will host Colorado. And then there's a big Monday game. Monday, December 22nd, Utah will be at Arizona. But don't forget, let's pack the Foster Pavilion, 3 p.m. Sunday, as Baylor, number 15 Baylor, welcomes Texas Tech for the Big 12 Conference season opener.
Yeah, note that tip-off time is an hour later than our previous Sunday tip-offs. I say that as much for myself, Lori, as for anyone else, right? It's a 3 p.m. Tip. We will be on the air at 2:30. Baylor facing one of the 12 remaining undefeated teams in the nation. That is Texas Tech. You heard Coach Nicky say they're good. They've added pieces. They have built their roster. They've always had some talented players, but this year there's just more of them around, and they're very good. And it's going to be a good challenge right off the bat for the Bears. Again, we know Talia Scott is day-to-day with an ankle sprain. Will she play on Sunday? I don't know. She's got essentially, what would you say, about 66 hours or so to heal. That'll be a week after the ankle sprain. I have no idea. You know, I think day-to-day literally means day-to-day. There's doubt, there's hope, there's both of those, so that's day-to-day. I mean, I think the way things are trending, I think we're going to, if she's able to recover like you expect her to, I hope we're seeing her either one of those 2 road games, either Oklahoma State or Iowa State, but I don't know that. She's day-to-day. We know the team learned to play a little bit without her. You hope you can play, you hope she's out there on Sunday, but if she's not, you need kind of what you saw today. You need a little bit more from Bell, a little bit more from Bugs, a bench player like Kaylin Elms to step up, and hopefully a little more from Markayla Johnson, who struggled at times in her first start, but clearly has the tools.
She does, and you know that she was asked to play kind of a different role too, and you know there's a lot of adrenaline that's just coursing through you, and And just you learn a lot. Again, I think Coach Nikki said in the pregame show, you don't know what you don't know. And now you have a little more clarity. And now Big 12 play is here, and it'll jump up about a dozen notches. Both teams, or all teams, pretty much know each other very well, scout each other heavily, and we'll be ready for a big game on Sunday.
Sunday at 3 p.m. against Texas Tech. Baylor will head into that game with an 11-2 record following their 77-60 win tonight over Southern. Kaylin Elms, a career-high 15 points. Bella Fauntleroy, a game-high 21. And the Bears win this one here against a Southern team that did have a couple of Big 12 wins to their credit on the year. Well, we appreciate you being with us here on this Thursday night, a week away from Christmas. Hope you can join us Sunday afternoon. Again, we'll be on the air at 2:30 with the tip at 3 o'clock. We'd love to have you with us on the radio. And, of course, we would love to have you with us here in person at Foster Pavilion. You can go to late service and then go have lunch and still make it here.
You can have a long, leisurely lunch after the late
no
service.
Rush. There is no rush. You can make it here. We would love to have you Sunday afternoon. Well, that's going to wrap things up here from Foster Pavilion. We want to say thank you, as always, to our producer, Cameron Savoy, and our courtside engineer, Bob Baker. Speaking for them and Lori Fogelman, I'm Derek Smith. The Big 12 season begins on Sunday for the Bears. We hope you'll join us in person or over the airwaves. For now, good night from Foster Pavilion.